What it mean to be the best? Riding foes, feeling unimpressed, make me reminisce. Throwing bows, bend the corner, set my mind up on the goal. All I know is stay down, bad, I'm the goal. Okay, feel like the best, the great. Now ain't no debate. Yeah. Okay, feel like the best, the great. Now ain't no debate. Yeah. I ain't gotta say much. Know the boy got a touch. Another win for the rush. Another win for the rush. See me once and got a crush. See you twice and that's enough. Get the ring sized up, and that's for the championship.
Yeah, I dropped in, feeling like I need a top 10. Clean sweep, get the mopped in. No roof, yeah, I hopped in. Champagne spraying, popped in. Paramedics on the speed dial. Turn the party to a mosh pit.
Locked in. Supreme confidence, can't do broken promises. You can't talk the way I talk when you ain't got no accomplishments. On top taking up space, ain't no room for occupants. Always knew I had to glow, ain't no chance of blocking it. Okay, feel like the best, the great. Now ain't no debate. Yeah. Okay, feel like the best, the great. Now ain't no debate. Yeah,
I dropped in, feeling like I need a top 10. Clean sweep, get the mopped in. No roof, yeah, I hopped in. Champagne spraying, popped in. Paramedics on the speed dial. Turn the party to a mosh pit.
Locked in. Okay, feel like the best, the great. Now ain't no debate. Yeah. Okay, feel like the best, the great. Now ain't no debate. Yeah.
Hey y'all, what's up? It is Monday. It is Evolution Era Podcast episode 40. Okay, we are doing the work. We are getting it in. Now, please excuse your girl, because y'all know I got this gig, you know what I'm saying? And I was almost too late to do the show. But y'all know I got a dedication and loyalty to my people. And we definitely going to get this show on. You know what I'm saying? And all of them. All right? And I'm glad y'all here. I'm glad y'all in the room. And hey, we going to talk tonight. You know what I'm saying? We keeping it light. But y'all know with us, we always get down to the get down. You know what I'm saying? Whatever we got to say, we usually say that. You know? And like I said before, we are on all platforms, you know. Now, last week, Facebook was quiet and Instagram was real vocal. And that usually doesn't happen. It's usually the other way around. But let me tell you something. I'm all for that. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of good comments and solutions and everything. So they was doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not mad at that. Hopefully we get them same people, they bring their friends and stuff like that, and we get a chance to talk, you know. But since we are here, let me introduce myself. I'm going to introduce my evolutionaries in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Can't do nothing without them. They my day ones, you know what I'm saying? And I love them. Let's talk about it. I am your girl, Evolution Brooklyn. Okay, representing Brooklyn's on my back, all right? And you can find me everywhere at Evolution Era Media. On YouTube, it's 3 words, Evolution Era Media. Everywhere else, it is all one word, Evolution Era Media. Except for Facebook. Let me tell you, I've been getting a lot of love on Facebook. I don't know when I became so popular again. You know what I'm saying? But I love it. I'm getting like 15, 20, you know what I'm saying? Like the other day, it was 35 friend requests, and it was like 6:30 in the morning. But let me tell you something, I never look a gift horse in the mouth. I am the most grateful, you know what I'm saying, woman you could ever meet. You know, I follow everybody. Everybody follow me. It's what it is. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Facebook. I'm going to get over to y'all in 1 minute. But on Facebook, I am Destiny with 2 E's. Evolution Brooklyn, all one word. And the last word is J-A-E. Destiny Evolution Brooklyn J. And on Twitter, which is now X. X used to be Twitter. I am UniqStarEnt. That is UNIQSTARENT. StarBrand, all one word. All right, Unique Star Brand. Please follow me over there on X. I want to start doing some spaces and showing some of the stuff that I could do, bringing my people with me. Yeah, we're going to do it. And I'm going to tell you something. Y'all know I just don't jump into anything. I try to kind of fill it out. You know what I'm saying? I'm a room reader. I read the room. Shout out to Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I've been doing lately, just testing the temperature, see where I could fit in and maybe make something different. So I think I found my lane. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely going to get that on, you know. All right, so let me shout out my evolutionaries. These are my people. I love y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all always show me so much love. Let me shout out my people, you know, and thank y'all for holding me down and being here for your girl. You know what I'm saying? This new work schedule is kicking my, you know what I'm saying? But hey, I'm the strongest person I know. All right, so we got the queen in the house, Army for Life, 1970. Hey, queen, thank you, beautiful. I'm so glad you're in the house, Army. You know, the show just go better when you're here, Army. Like, you got that magic. You got that, you know, that je ne sais quoi. I don't know what is it, like sorbet. You know what I'm saying? So that's you. All right, thank you, queen. Also, we got the queen, Thalia Poppins. Hey, Thalia. Yo, Thalia, you got some of the best comments I've ever seen before. I'll be cracking up. You know what I'm saying? But you make a lot of sense, you know? I appreciate you, queen. Definitely so glad to see you in the house. All right. Okay. We got the king, Richard Reed. Hey, Rich, I love how vocal you getting. You are really representing these comments, holding us down. You come up here when it's time, you know what I'm saying, to regulate and show how a real player's supposed to do it. I love you, Rich. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the likes. You know what I'm saying? If you haven't subscribed, I need you guys to subscribe. You haven't got the memberships, please get the memberships. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about when I say subscribe in a minute. But I know my evolutionaries, they've been subscribed, and I've been showing them love. And they've been showing me love for a long time. And I ride out with them. You know what I'm saying? It's only yes, which takes a lot of pressure off to be dressed and stuff with X. Rich said X. It's only like audio live, so you can't see anybody. But I think it takes a lot of pressure off, you know, people picking with you and stuff like that. You get what I'm saying? Like, we all know what each other look like, but you know, most of us. But it's just straight conversation. I kind of love it. It's different. It's almost like the old Clubhouse, if anybody remembers that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so okay, right. Rich is in Barbados. Shout out to you, King. Yeah, it's Harley. Beautiful over there. Yes. All right. Coach Ferg in the building early. Somebody deleted your comment. I don't know what you were saying. You was calling some bees and hoes. That's what you was doing, Coach. Because you know your comments be off the chain. I don't know. I didn't do anything. But you know, my moderator, hey, you know, Kurt. Type it again, see what happened. Shout out to you, Coach. Hey, Black Beauty, shout out to you, Queen. Yes, good to see you in the building, Queen. Yes. And we also got the King, Daryl Whitaker. Y'all know everybody loves Daryl. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you, King. So glad to see you here. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I want to ask y'all something, right? I've been very vocal this week, right? You know, on different platforms and stuff like that. Usually I will watch, but lately I have been kind of getting into the conversation, getting my little 2 cents that maybe sometimes might be for, you know. But there's a reoccurring narrative, right? And I'm starting to see it, and I'm starting to call it out more and more. You know, and that's kind of what this is about. Now, I don't really have no clips yet. You got what I'm saying? But, you know, I could get them if I need to. I just kind of wanted to talk, and I'll put up the chat there. It seems like when we are conversing with our people, right, and we had these disagreements, and this title had a longer title, actually. But let me set the scene for you. We having these long conversations that turn into arguments, and someone happens to disagree with you. You get what I'm saying? And the first thing you say is, stop disrespecting me. You disrespecting me. And it's like, I'm disrespecting you because I don't agree. You get what I'm saying? Like where does that come from? And I've been seeing almost every room I go into. Shout out to the queen, Keisha Hull. Shout out to you. Okay, Keisha said, nice topic. I like this, especially all that has been happening the last few days. Yes, Keisha, I know you've been front row and center. You know what I'm saying? I know you somewhere. You always understand what's going on. What is that narrative? You know what I'm saying? That always being pushed. You know, I don't agree with you. I ain't tell you drop dead. I just said I don't agree with you. Why I gotta be disrespecting you? Why? Like, where does that come from? Why do we do that? A lot of stuff talking we do, and thank you so much, Queen. Thank you. That be a lot coming from Keisha, because Keisha is gorgeous. Thank you, Keisha. Yes. It's like, how can we make that better? And I will put up the link for you guys. Like, yes, a disagreement is not a need for disrespectful behavior. Thank you. Like, is it in the tone? Like, I'm trying to figure this out, right? So I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna give y'all some definitions. Y'all know how that works. And I'm gonna look up. I didn't even think to get no clips for this show. Yes, but I did come on kind of late, right? I got something for y'all, right? So technically, this was a longer show. I kind of cut it down, right? Because I know I was, with the time. So technically, it was, is it really disrespect if the consensus of people agree with the diagnosis? Now I'm going to tell y'all where that comes from, because y'all know me and these words, right? Especially since I've been in therapy. All right. So check this out. If you're in a room and everybody in the room has got you in a hot seat front and center, and they are telling you that you need to stop doing something. They don't like something you do. Whether it's you being misogynistic, whether, you not like the women, it could be anything that you're doing, your tone, you know what I'm saying? Anything. And I don't do that. That's not me. Y'all disrespecting me. It gets tiring. It gets tiring. I am not above calling somebody a liar, especially when they lie. I am not above that. Yeah, and I'm not above asking a million questions to back up the fact that I'm telling you a liar, and let's talk about it. You got what I'm saying? Yeah. And I got the mindset of an elephant. I remember everything. You know what I'm saying? Dates, times, all that. I don't know if that comes, after a certain age, but yes, why do we do that? You got what I'm saying? How can you correlate a disagreement with disrespect, right? And hey, Hassan, shout out to you, King. Yeah, like, it's no correlation to that, right? It just don't work like that. So I'm gonna give y'all some definitions, and I know a lot of my people, y'all stay in the comments, and I'm fine with that. If y'all want to come up, like I said, I'm gonna put that link up. I need y'all to, once I give y'all these definitions, I really want y'all to tell me how y'all feel about this. And I'm going to tell you why. I could get a clip at any point in time. We can watch clips. You know what I'm saying? But, and let me read what Rich is saying. Right, it's never the way to do things, because it just makes the argument bigger. And let me tell you something, I can argue for forever and a day. Forever and a day. I really should have been a lawyer. You know what I'm saying? But after a while, you just like, yo, like, come on, son. Like, there's no disrespect in me telling you that that's not what happened, right? And I see this a lot on every space, on every live. You get what I'm saying? And it stops the unity. You get what I'm saying? So I'm going to just give y'all the topic. Let's run with it. And I am reading those comments. Damn, Hassan. Yeah, I saw that, Hassan. Hassan said it's my fault. Hassan, you know what? At this point in time, we done had crash out shows. Y'all know we do that sometimes. We just, we just go at it. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of healthy in what we kind of do, because sometimes we just need that outlet, right? But then sometimes it's time that let me ask a question. Now, y'all know the show tomorrow. Oh yeah, we going there. We going there to the show tomorrow. I love that show because I get to say exactly what I feel. I don't be worried about no feelings and anything. But tonight, I just want, I said maybe this show will stick in your head. Tomorrow when you at work, you'll be like, damn, all right, Evo, I see what you say. I get it now, which is okay. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta let it sizzle in your spirit. That's why my numbers double the next day. You know what I'm saying? Because most people watch it, maybe watch it back. Hey, I'm grateful for it all. As long as you watch it. Right? As long as you watch it. So let's start off. I'm gonna give you disagreement, then I'm gonna give you disrespect, right? So let's do that. Y'all know I like a premise and what I'm talking about. Most people say no, they would give me the answer, but I don't know if they understand the question, right? So let's talk about it. All right, so a disagreement. That is a situation where there's a difference of opinion or a refusal to agree. Straight up and down, right? Now, I could go into more, but I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Unless I need to. Then we got disrespect, right? Now, this is the problem with disrespect. It's going to be a long definition with this. I know how this works. Disrespect is the lack of regard, respect, or courtesy towards someone or something. Now, that means it may be in your tone. Maybe in your tone. It may be in your tone. As y'all know, I talk real strong. You know what I'm saying? I might sound mad even when I'm not mad. You know what I'm saying? But you will know if I'm mad. But usually, I'm pretty good, right? Usually. Right, okay. Now that's another thing. Now, I wanted to come to that, right? And I will get y'all some clips because sometimes the clips make it better, right? So, the defense mechanism. Why do we have such a big defense mechanism? Why is the guard always this high? Like, damn, some of us don't even smile no more. And it's like, yo, you just gonna be miserable to be miserable? That's how we doing it? Like, damn, I gotta be miserable with you? Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's kind of what I'm talking about, right? And let me tell you something. If anybody has ever told you that your guard is up, they don't like it, hey, you know what I'm saying? It might be you. I'm just saying. It might be you, right? It might be you. All right, I see it. And okay. Somebody telling me, okay, I see it. Here we go. Now I'm finding something that I want y'all to look at, right? It's a long video. And I'm on the other screen, but it is a really long video. And it's a part 2 to this, right? I'm not going to stay on here too long because I'm going to be honest, I am super, super, super tired. If y'all want to come up, y'all can definitely come up. Matter of fact, I got one for you right here. I don't know if y'all remember this clip, but this was a clip that I played a long time ago. And everybody jumped on this woman, right? But the funny thing about this was a lot of us act like this. This is the thing. A lot, right? And I see y'all over there Instagram. A lot of us act like this. And you know how some people, and I'll be honest, everybody turn up every now and then. But if it's always a turn up, it's always, then like that's a problem. Yeah, okay. I see you. Thank you. I'm sorry. I'm getting messages and everything. Now I can't see y'all. I'm pulling up this clip. So y'all give me a few minutes and I'm going to put up the link. The link, it'll also be in the back room if y'all in the back room. I see the message. All right. So here we go. I'm going to play something for y'all. And I know y'all don't like the polls. So I won't put the poll in, but I would really like to put the poll in tonight. All right. Here we go. Let me see if this will play for y'all. And y'all tell me. And let me look at what else y'all saying just beforehand. Okay. My mentality is so wild. Turn it off, teams have to pick sides is the worst. Yeah, but we see that a lot. We definitely see that a lot. Okay, thank you, Thaya. Yes, and Daryl, you definitely right. You know, let's find out. Yeah, hey, shout out to Alombre Nigo. Shout out to you, King. Good to have you in the building. You know, yes, definitely. Well, this is another thing: trauma, and not following the healing process. So yeah, y'all all right. I come back to this one. I want y'all to see if y'all can see it. It takes just a little minute to come up. Oh, you said Thaya. I'm not mad at you, Thaya. Thaya said she graduated in 97. She can't your A. I ain't mad at you. The click thing, mom mentality. I see what you're saying. Definitely. All right, this should be up real quick. Let's see if this will play. This is a very this is an old clip, but y'all might remember this one. Let me see if I could come back and see if y'all can see it. Okay, let me let the queen out. Hey, Corset, you just in time for a clip. Hey, queen, I'm gonna come right back to you. I'm gonna play this real quick. All right, so here we go, y'all. I want y'all to look at the way she is disagreeing and tell me what's the problem with her disagreeing. I just want to know. If there is a problem, if you don't see no problem, let a sister know. I will not put the polls up. I know y'all don't like those polls. I will not put the poll up. But please, let me know how y'all feel about this. All right, so here we go.
Now, I get that. I get the whole don't fight in front of your kids thing. I pushed her. I slunk her this way. And I put her in a headlock because if I'd have hit her, I would have hurt my sister. Do you understand what I'm saying? So my kids did see me throw her from this room to this room to this room. And finally, I'm tired. I'm too old to be slinging you across here and over there. And I'm giving out a breath. And she said to me in a headlock, our relationship will never be the same. I said, you're absolutely right.
Let me just say this to you, Miss Nicole. I don't do violence. I don't do violence among women.
Because I stood up, there was violence.
You're unsafe. You are not a safe person.
I'm aggressive, period, and I know that.
It's not working. It's not
and
working.
I know that.
And if you're not willing to change, I can't help you. I can't keep engaging in this. They're going to let me help you learn how to listen. You're going to change your point of view, or I'm going to call your car. I can't do it. You are responsible for your triggers. You have to unplug them. Miss Nicole, I don't know you from a can of paint, and this is what I'm going to tell her. You may love your children with every fiber of your being, but there's no way with that level of violence in your body that you're a good mom. There's no way. Don't mean you don't feed them and clothe them and take care of them, but there's a distinction between providing for the child and raising a child.
Okay, so I think I got most of that. Let me come back and this. And I want to ask y'all from that. And y'all know that used to be Miss Iyanla. Y'all remember Iyanla? You know the funny thing about her is black women took her off the air. Hey, Queen.
Hello.
How you doing? What's up?
Good, beautiful. What do you mean they took her off the air? We can't get past that.
Oh, yeah, because they said they didn't like how she was helping. They didn't like her methods. Because, look what Iyanla just said to that woman.
She was checking her for real.
Get your shit together, bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And y'all, they took her off the air. Iyanla was doing her thing. I liked Iyanla. I remember when Iyanla called what's Keisha Cole's sister? Called Keisha Cole's sister a dirty gutter rat.
Damn. People don't like the truth.
People don't like the show.
I enjoyed that clip. But you know me, I love telling the truth, and these fools crash out and call it disrespectful and pee on themselves and cry and kick and scream. And I'm just like, why are you mad? I just told the truth. Like, what's the problem?
Right.
And I'll be so confused. Turns out it's not that I'm a bitch, it's because I'm autistic. So the autism I have is telling the truth, and I'm so obsessed with the truth. Like, if you lie to me in my face, it's like something in my brain breaks. Like it doesn't.
Is a big trigger. Do not lie on me. That is a big
so
trigger.
bad. It's
Yeah.
so.
If I mess up, I'll just go ahead and say it. It's not a big deal.
Me too.
All right, you know what? I messed up. All right, I'm gonna have to do a little bit better. I got that. You know,
That's
but
it.
if I'm steadfast and I know this happened like this, yeah, I probably, you know what I'm saying, can provide proof, facts, dates, times, everything, right?
Mhm.
And the funny thing about that clip, I used to play that clip, and he used to kind of incite a riot on this show.
Yeah.
Y'all have seen that clip so many times. If y'all have started from the beginning with me and come down, because it's so much stuff going on in that clip. When we talk about disagreements, disrespect. Now, she was aggressive, right? And she said that. But
talk about delusional. She's delusional in thinking that she was correct in that whole situation she was describing.
yes,
For
well,
you
that
to
was
have
too much.
that's crazy. That was crazy. Like you putting your hands on somebody. Well, she lucky I didn't hit her. It was just like, are you insane?
You birthed that child. If you don't love her, who gonna love her? Like it's like what we talking
insane.
about. You dragging your kids, like that's what. And
But I
even
think
the child is done with her.
It was insane. It was insane that she thought she was absolutely correct.
Yes, even the child is done with her. I said, well, damn. You're like, yo, it's you, ma. And that's what I wanted to get to. Because we talk about disagreements and it being the cause of what people call disrespect when you disagree with them, right? So there's a thing when it's like after a while, people don't want to like deal with you. They don't want to, you got what I'm saying? So usually there's a ceiling that you're supposed to hit that's like, damn, why people ain't messing with me? Why this is happening? Why that's happening? You got what I'm saying? And for some people that never come. I watch some people crash out every day. And I'm just like, damn, that must take a lot of energy. I'd rather work. I'd rather go to work. You know what I'm saying? That look like it hurt. Like, what we doing here? And I specifically didn't get clips to this show, but I as we talking, it might look like I'm looking at y'all, but I'm looking at a different screen. I know I do that all the time. Yo, it's so many clips on this that I could show y'all. And I mean, today we call what we call the crash out, right? And everything ain't a crash out. If I disagree with you, that don't mean I'm crashing out. You know what I'm saying? No. Like what happened to the times where you might put your feet in somebody else's shoes? Like what happened to that? I'm gonna be honest. The clips I'm pulling, it's the worst women. It's the worst damn women in the world after I looked at who this woman is. All right. So y'all probably know this woman. I mean, and let me look at what y'all saying. Did y'all see like where she might have went wrong? Because, well, let me see what y'all say first. Because I could tell y'all. You know what I'm saying? I definitely can tell y'all she started off wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I go to therapy. Man, listen, I'm in therapy. It's like I live in therapy. And first of all, my therapist ain't gonna let you talk to her like that. Calm down, miss. Like, you know, my therapist is from the towns. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, damn, like you banging on bacon, what we doing? Like, so that was one. But sometimes they let you kind of get to see how you interact. I played more of that clip so you could see what was her issue. You know what I'm saying? Okay, and I like that, Rich. So Rich, yeah. Rich is saying, yeah, like you said, they do have serious problems. And that's just an anger issue. Like, you know what I'm saying? But then this is the thing, right? The narrative is that Black women are just angry and we are. She said she was aggressive. If you're from New York, you call it passionate. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, do people act like that when you are? Like, are they like aggressive and are they like low key? Like, that work with
she's aggressive because she puts her hands on people. She's aggressive. That's not passionate. Like, I don't understand how. I really don't understand how people get that angry that they have to put hands on somebody. It's bizarre to me. Yeah, but things don't trigger me like. I think because the way my brain works, things don't upset me the way I think it upsets other people. Recently, I got upset to that point, but it's when I get upset to that point, it's when people are touching me.
Oh, I get it.
Like,
Okay,
that's when I get that angry. But for someone to use words and get me upset to where I have to put my hands on them, that's crazy.
Yeah. At a certain age, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, it's like, come on, grow up. Like so I definitely get that. I'm gonna show y'all another clip, right? Now I don't know what she gonna say, but I know she used to be a trigger for me back in the day. Back in the day.
Funny.
yeah, like woo, she has said some crazy stuff about the Black community. But when I put in disagreements, you know what I'm saying? She was the first person that came up. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely want to go through that, you know.
We about to see if your therapy really working.
Yes. Yes. Dahlia said, telling others they have to go forward to a certain performance to keep you calm is not conducive to either side. Yeah, and that's what she was doing to her daughter. Like, that's crazy.
Or to her sister. I think that lady was talking about swinging on her sister.
Oh, was the sister? I thought it was the daughter. It's like, man, like.
Unless there was another clip later where she's swinging on her daughter too, but because she don't strike me as a type to not put her hands on everybody. So.
Yeah. Okay, so I like what El Hombre Negro was saying, because I was in a live and I was talking about a lot of times you can't chastise one person in a room full of everybody. Sometimes you gotta wait till, like they say, hit the backstage, and then you tell them, hey, look, you gotta fix this. Everybody coming at you, and they might receive it better. Some people don't receive things right either, so that's another thing. Yes, thank you, Thalia. The way she handled Tamar Braxton, and I was a big Tamar. I'm sure Tamar Braxton fan. I love Tamar Braxton, but the way, and you know what? I'm gonna bring that up so y'all can see. And it was. I ain't gonna tell the whole thing. All right, let me. I'm gonna play that for you. I'm gonna definitely play that for you. Now look at this one. I want y'all to look at this one, and tell me how y'all feel. Y'all can see the difference of the first one to the second one. And I went like this show because Thursday show is going to be popping. I went like this show because I'm starting to see something in the community. And I'm like, let's touch on it. Let's maybe cause, effect and solution. And we can kind of cover that in this show, regardless of, how long it takes. I think that would, I'm saying? That would be good. Maybe that'll help somebody. You know what I'm saying? All right. So, honestly, can y'all see it? I just want to make sure you can see it. Y'all know this Candace Owens, right? There was always a problem with me. All right, so here we go, y'all. Here we go.
Realize even if it's a broken culture.
I'm
It's
gonna
broken.
be honest.
That's
she
true.
got a pretty big point there. I wasn't mad at this time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Therapy works.
Well, she does sometimes tell the truth.
Yeah, she hit that on that. I was surprised.
But for the most part, I'm not mad. I never really got mad at her because it's like, scam these white folk. Take their money. Take their money, sis. Play the game. You're taking all that white money and diluting and poisoning the white blood. She went and got herself a white husband and made a little mulatto, pissed all them white folk off. They wanted to hear from her, but they didn't want her on their side. And when she got that white man, I remember she went on TikTok or something crying, Instagram crying, and nobody gives a shit about her. And the conservatives weren't there for her. She was a lonely negress when she was pregnant. All them white folk turned their back on her.
Wow, yo.
But what she said,
we knew that was coming.
What she said, yeah, we knew. What she said today makes sense. It's absolutely true.
Yeah, that's crazy. Wow, I'm a little proud of her. I'm a little proud of her. I ain't mad. Now, though you was talking about the Ayanla with Tamar Braxton, her sisters, Tony, and the mother and all that. And this was a very good one, too. And funny that when I thought about Disagreement, this one did come in my mind. And so did that other one. But look at this one. Because it is more women in here right now, but we represent for everybody. But just look at the difference. Or what Candace is talking about. We're gonna see it right now. And it's like, damn, if you can't act good with your moms in the room, you know you're just a lost cause. You're just a lost damn cause. You know what I'm saying? Y'all look at this. Thalia, let me know if this the one you was talking about. Because this, I was really thinking about this when I thought about this show. And this is a topic I always said I just always wanted to cover because I think somebody can learn something from it. So, okay. All right, here we go, y'all. Oh, it's kind of long, too. Let's see. All right, here we go.
We about to watch a whole episode.
Yeah, I ain't want to.
We were supposed to have breakfast. There was an agreement on the table. Hey, how are you? Pretty good. Good.
You want to skip the breakfast and go right into
Tony and Tamar were delayed.
Okay.
I don't know if y'all can see the word.
Now it's way past the committed time. Another example of broken commitments and agreements.
How you doing? Chef Joe.
Yes.
How are you? Good to see you. Thank you guys so much. What's these scouts?
You happy when you come?
Tell me what's going on. Because the agreement I made with y'all was to be here at 11. The next thing I know, Tony has an appointment. This can't happen, that can't happen. Come at 2. Commitments are very, very important. So I honored my commitment. I've been sitting downstairs waiting for you. Because you weren't here. They told me you was coming. They said we're going to feed the crew and the cast together. They told me be at 4:20. I ate in the car out my lap to be here to honor my commitment. Y'all stay and participate in this. I don't.
It was like, oh God, somebody else sees it. She actually corroborated the fact that Tawanda and myself and Tracy still had to fill in when other people didn't show up for work.
I'm not going to participate in this. I need order. I need clarity. I need honor. I need honesty. I need respect. I'm not too good to eat in the car. I eat in the car. I eat in the corner. I eat on the floor. I eat off my lap. But tell me what's going on.
That's what I was saying.
No. Your behavior diminishes your message. You can't do what I do because I tell the truth. And I show up on time. And I'm where I'm supposed to be when I'm supposed to be there.
And so
when somebody dishonors me, I don't let it go on 55 times. I call it right there.
The crew don't tell the truth as to why.
This ain't about the crew.
Yes, it is.
This ain't about the crew.
This
is about the spirit of chaos and confusion attached to the Braxton family now.
That's why I don't do BTV.
This ain't about.
It is. It's about BTV and Match. That's what I was trying to say yesterday. Hold on.
Have a seat. Let her finish.
Continue to say, and I already told you that your behavior diminishes the validity of your message. We're not talking about WeTV. I'm talking about today, right here, right now. I don't know WeTV from the elves or the crickets, the fairies, or whatever. But you know what? I was here on the time on my last call sheet. Not that I'm too good or too high and mighty. It's about honor, respect, and integrity. It's about integrity. Everything they asked of me, I did it. My commitment is to you. But you all have allowed this kind of disorder and disorganization, and you participated in it. I will not. At some point, you have to say, not on my watch. Not on my watch.
There's a consequence for broken commitments.
I will be here tomorrow morning. Whatever time they put on the call sheet. If you want to finish this, we'll finish it. If you don't, we won't. Well, how you get out of here?
No, I'm going to take this off later on. It's another part to
I'm
it,
out.
right? I don't know, but I'll play that whole show. But where you start with that? Like, yeah, let me come on out of it. Where you start, I'll put it back up. Where you start with that? The body movements. Like you're not gonna do too many body movements. See what I'm saying? Like we're not gonna have the head rolling. With like come on, son. Like that was too much for me. After the second move of that damn head, I'd have been trying to take it off. Like, what we talking about? Like, get out. You know what I'm saying? Well, get out. Y'all all can get out. Like, what we talking about? That it be too much. That's when you let that bad behavior go on for too long. You don't stand up for yourself. Cause I'm like, y'all, when you gonna say something? Now that was kind of what we talking about. You don't agree. Mind you, dead wrong because you're 2 hours late. You know what I'm saying? You don't agree. So you doing that extra. The wall is up and you wrong. It's 2 left feet. Now they say that's a black woman thing.
Not 2 hours late. 5 hours late.
Oh, it was 5.
Call
5
time
hours
was
when you let them in the
breakfast.
building.
By the time they showed up, it was dinner time. They were supposed to meet for breakfast. 11 was the time of the conversation. So breakfast, let's assume, is 9 a.m.
That's ridiculous.
Call time 11. Now it's 4:20 when this bitch show up and then has an attitude. The latest one is the one crashing out talking about, I told y'all. I said,
yes,
you
ain't that wrong. Ayala should have went off.
Audacity.
Yeah, Ayala should have went off. She bugging.
Well, let's do it now. This bitch tired. She been there all day.
And she older. Like, how you do that? This woman's
like
older.
she don't have a life.
She eat her food in the car. This her show. What we talking about?
She
how
left
you
and
come
came
with
back
somebody
and
else's
did
stuff
some
and act
shit.
like that?
That's crazy.
No loyalty, no respect. You done embarrassed your damn mama.
Everybody.
Like what we talking about? But and I'm glad, and thank you, Thalia, for asking me to play that or
that
just saying something. I'm gonna tell you why. Because that's what a lot of us sisters do. All that for what? You gonna get 2 left feet. Come on, son. Like, woo, that bothered me. Let me tell you, when I was in management, you don't know how many times, you don't know how much I had to be like, damn, I like living indoors.
Yeah.
I like all my stuff. I've really been here years. You know what I'm saying? And you really got to think about your life. You know what I'm saying? Whether you want to crash out because somebody acting straight retarded. This is stuff I be talking about. Now, you heard her at the end. You know what I'm saying? Oh, well, go ahead. And that, you feel like she disrespected you, but you man hours late. What we talking about? The first thing you'll say is, yeah, but she disrespected me because the way she talked. Now, that clip is longer. But we'd be here the whole damn show playing that clip. It was one part where her mother had to chastise her and said, Ayala is an older woman. You don't disrespect an older woman. And her mama had to check her and say, I will put my hands on you. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my beautiful mother because that's how she was, hands and feet. You know what I'm saying? And I stayed in line. I don't think I ever crossed that damn line.
It just spoiled as hell.
Yeah.
If you're wrong, guess what? You take the chastising. because you're wrong.
Yeah, you did it. That's what it is.
You did it.
Yeah.
Your ass didn't show up. Not 2 hours late, not 1 hour late.
Yes.
Almost 5-6 hours late, and got the nerve to have an attitude.
Yeah. And Coach Frog, right. They didn't want to be held responsible. It's a loser mentality. That's usually what it is. Because you can't win like that. You can't win like that. That's crazy.
And we have that. It's so bad in the world now where people cannot be told the truth.
Yeah.
They be so offended.
Not at all.
This is your behavior. And now you have to suffer the consequences. We will schedule. It's scheduled. That means you said you were available at that time. And then all of a sudden something else is coming up. Crazy. Whatever's more important. Like, that's disrespectful. Like, she don't have better shit to do. She could be dealing with people who actually want to help.
Yes.
You playing with her time. I cannot stand when somebody plays with my time.
Yes.
And it happens so much because people want to feel like they're better than you. And it's like you in your head, you're better than me. Okay. Whatever you want to think.
And that's a celebrity doing it. It's like, what are you teaching the little girls and stuff like that? Like, how that work? You know? And then Coach is right. He said they need to step outside they limited ideology. This is the problem. They got friends around them, sisters around them. There ain't nobody checking them.
Well, they only keep the yes people around.
Yeah.
You're not going to keep someone around who keeps you accountable.
Yes, definitely.
And that's the problem. We don't want people to keep us accountable. My girl kept me accountable last night. I was I wanted to be out in the streets because I don't go outside. I don't go outside and have fun too much. When I'm outside, it's work. It's day job and comedy. It's always work. Yeah. But I'd been awake 22 hours.
Oh, like, I know what you mean.
We're not going outside. You need to go home and sleep. And I'm fighting her. I'm fighting her like, I'm ready.
Calling me.
Let's hit it. And she's like, you need to go home. Like, and she just got off a plane. She just got off a plane from San Diego, came out. We did our comedy thing we were supposed to do. And then
she ready to go to sleep too then.
Was like, let's go and party and such. And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. And she's like, bitch, no.
That's a good friend.
We need to sleep. But my brain was so exhausted. I'm like, I don't ever get to go out and have a. It's like, we're leaving. We're going to sleep.
Yes.
And I can't. Yes. I can't be mad at her. I mean, I wanted to be mad at her, and I still was mad at her, but she was like, bitch. And today I had to check myself and be like, thank you. As soon as I got home, thank you for being up my ass. Because that's somebody who cares about me. Like, you gonna die to have fun? Don't make no sense.
And I'm gonna be honest, right? The it's strange how that go, right? Long day of work, long day, right? And I'm like at half capacity, right? So I said, if y'all could have saw the topic that I had for tonight, I think it would have struck everybody in this room. So I said, you know what? I'm going to hit it on Thursday because I know that y'all, that Thursday show will be something else. But I really wanted to hit it tonight, but I was like, I ain't even at full capacity. Somebody going to say something that's going to go straight past, you know what I'm saying, my head. And y'all know I got to be on point because at any point in time, they can throw me in this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, you know what? We're going to talk about causes and effects. You know what I'm saying? And solutions. We're going to get in and get out the night because I'm tired. You know what I'm saying? But this is the thing about this, right? I want y'all to know something. When I looked at disagreements and how they cause people to say it's disrespect and people to feud, like Candace was saying. Do you know almost every clip was about a woman? I was like, wow. Mm-hmm. Wow. Almost every clip was about a woman, almost as if women keep up confusion.
Well, absolutely. That's our nature.
Now, it made me think. It made me think. Mm-hmm. I've been real cool and calm and collected lately. You know what I'm saying? My therapy is working. But I was like, so I want to know from the brothers, how do the men handle this situation? Like how do y'all, because you know, I mean, do y'all really aren't vocal though, and women are more vocal. You know, but they got y'all like y'all flawless, like y'all don't do nothing. Why is that? You know what I'm saying?
Well, men handle it different. Men fly off the handle, put their hands on you.
They got in fight.
And then they threaten you. They threaten to unalive you. So when men snap,
that on the show
it has dire consequences, and it's getting worse and worse. When Candace said the rap music, I agree.
But that's always inciting.
Music hypnotizes you. The music I listen to is a bunch of bad bees uplifting other sisters. So every time I'm out here, I'm crunk. I'm gonna stand up for my sisters. That's what I'm gonna do. But when the rappers are telling these dudes over and over again, you ain't shit because you don't have a bunch of hoes. You ain't shit because you don't have watches. You ain't shit because you don't have a Lamborghini. And this is all you listening to? That rapper keeps telling you ain't shit. And every time you talk to a woman, you have that in your head that you ain't shit.
Yeah,
and you start a fight with her because she didn't respond immediately the way the video hoes do to them dudes.
Yeah, definitely.
You're not in your automatic grinding like Lil Dingus or whatever rapper you listen to.
Self-esteem issue.
Yeah. Yes. And your self-esteem is broken by the crap you listen to over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
Back when black music was a black man singing about love.
Yes, I was just talking about that the other day.
Now it's together when it was a brother singing about what he had to do to get this woman and how he would keep her and respect her.
None of that no more. Ain't no love in the music.
We move differently in the community then. Now that the bad bees are saying the same thing these men are saying, they want to burn Cardi B at the stake. They want to swing on Glorilla. They want the city girls all to unalive and be with that. They want. We hear it over and over again on here, as if they know these women personally. And Cardi B, for instance, is a mother and a housewife. And when she stopped doing ratchet shit, her man stepped outside with the ratchetness.
He ain't never come inside. That I'm gonna snipe. Now I'm just saying.
Yeah. And now he broke his shit.
She picked the worst dude in the world.
Yeah, and then he broke his shit. Now he mad because everybody turned against me. Nigga, you were never nothing. You was riding on her coattails, bro.
That's where you try to make them hoes house husbands. You can't do it. You cannot make a hoe a house husband. It don't work like that.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all could have been the best hoes together. But
together. And she did it. Oh, she was the best hoe. When she said she would get Indeed down while pregnant with that last baby, I laughed my ass off.
And I love Cardi.
I love man.
I had to build respect for Cardi, listening to her story and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because the way they put her out there, but when I tell you she rep New York, she rep the towns, and I just love that. You know what I'm saying? And I heard she one of the realest out there. I've never met her.
She just herself.
Yeah, she herself.
And that's why they mad. That's why the men are mad.
Yeah, I respect that. I definitely respect that.
Let her be toxic. Bitch got money. She can afford to be toxic.
Yeah.
You know who
Thank you for saying toxic. Some of this stuff got to do with just being toxic. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Some of us claim toxic, and it's either you deal with it or you don't. You know what I'm saying? It's just when it starts to become a problem for everybody else. That's where the problem, like you're paying yourself. Now you're doing too much. So I definitely get that. Dahlia said it's not that they don't have a concept. They just feel that they are more important than everyone else. Yep. So everyone can wait for them. Be happy they made it at all. Yeah,
that is exactly the attitude portrayed in that clip. That shit was the way she crashed out, and
that
little kid shit was weird.
She got
bitch, you pushing 50. What kind of behavior?
You got one more head roll with that boy head. You know what I'm saying? You got one more, so we roll it off.
That bitch right on the pool table, knock them other balls into the rack. You wildin', bitch.
Yeah, it was like, she bugging, like, and to stand there and have to be professional, I know that had to hurt.
And then for you to show up regular as heck.
Like you was going
you
across
mean
the
to tell
street.
me you couldn't look? You ain't even. So it's not that you was getting ready. It's because you didn't want to get out your bed.
Yeah.
What else were you doing?
That's the stuff.
She's not a widely successful music artist, so we know she wasn't on no concert during the day. Was you rolling on top of the fat man? What was you doing, bro? What was you doing?
Crazy. I was mad watching that, and I love Tamar, but it's just like, come on.
I'm a Tamar fan. I love her crash out.
Me too.
You in the wrong.
You do that to that old lady. And I'm so glad my mother stepped in. I didn't know what to do with myself. Eventually, there's another interaction, and I was looking for it where she stepped in. But I'm probably going to have to delete all this stuff because I haven't played that whole show almost. You know what I'm saying?
And the family was so relieved because that's what the whole meeting was about.
Somebody said it.
And for you to straight up pull that in front of the one that's supposed to help y'all, that was perfect.
Yeah, total slap in the face.
And it was good for her to leave because that meeting was not going to be productive in the energy Yanni was in.
No,
she was already eventually. She already. I'm gonna tell you about yourself, and we will schedule something tomorrow and do it right. Because she was going. Yeah,
better than me. That money must be good.
She was barely holding on, and then you look. She was like, "I'm gonna eat because maybe it's that hangry." It was not hangry because she ate in the car.
Right, she did say that. That's true. That is true. True, bad as hell, yo. When I tell you, we need like people like Ayanla. We need that. That's crazy. But you know, nobody wanted to support it. Up a couple of times for her, so it was getting kind of dangerous. I don't know if y'all saw the episode the son had to knuckle up against that man for her. He had to really like you talk to my mom.
And her show got canceled.
My mother. Yo, it got crazy for a minute. And I was like, yep, that's what a son is supposed to do. And I was happy that he was there. Because, somebody was going to try her because what? She a woman. You know what I'm saying? So.
That's all they do is try us. That's all they do.
Yes. It was just one of those. I said,
people want to take you to that level so they can say, look, you snapped. I run into that every day.
Yeah. I'm blaming on you.
Someone want to make me look a certain way. And I'm someone who I relish in it. I'm so good at it. I speak low. Because I want everyone to hear everything. I want silence to be around me. I do that on stage where I'm going to speak low so the room has to bow down to me and be silent. So you can hear every sad truth that you will feel like an insult. And the truth will slap you in the face and you will be enraged if you don't want to heal.
I will be honest. So we are coming up, causes, effects, solutions. We hitting them all, I guess. And people watch it back, they'll kind of get it. You know what I'm saying? My mother had this saying. I had a couple of sayings, but I'll give you a Jay-Z saying. I ain't got it perfected, but it's like if I'm a person, I'm looking at two fools. I don't know. You know what I'm talking about? That one, I don't know which one is the fool. I'm gonna work on that. But it's like you don't know which one is the fool if you and you look at
I know what phrase you talking. Yeah,
I gotta figure that one out. But it was so profound.
Yeah, it was a good one because it was like I'm not gonna lower myself to a fool because no one will know which one's a fool, something like that.
Yes.
Because if you lower yourself to that, and we have to learn to not do that. Don't lower yourself.
Yes.
Just take the truth. Apologize. There's nothing wrong with being incorrect. No one is perfect. No one is perfect.
Yeah.
I'm real quick with if I mess up at work, oh, my bad.
Yeah, it's nothing wrong with saying sorry. I apologize all the time.
And there's so many people will lie. Well, you are a grown-ass man. You are not, just say my bad.
Yeah. Very true.
But then when the management's like that, everybody's like that. If they can't take accountability up top, then that's going to happen all the way down. Yeah, and we're going to keep looking like idiots and losing money. Our company losing money left and right.
Very true. Very true. Okay, a man and a fool are arguing. From a distance, you can't tell. Yeah, right. Yes, you can't tell which one is which. Yes, thank you, Tanya. That is it. Yo, it was something about when Jay-Z said it. I said, well, damn, That is so right. I always remember that.
When people are truly crashing out and yelling, and I start laughing. That will take someone to violence.
Oh yeah, that laughing.
I think it's hilarious. If you come at me with this one chick at work,
yeah,
started
you had to start
yelling at me for working.
Yeah,
you come over here, steal my job, and she's crashing out. And I say real low. I say, that's some slave mentality. I ain't gonna fight nobody to work. You crazy?
Yeah, I'm done with that. When I tell you the workplace stuff, it's usually the women, definitely on that one.
Mm-hmm. And there ain't that many of us, Evo. It's 2 of us in there, Evo, and there's 40 people.
Yeah,
there are 2 sisters, and you want to try to outshine me by screaming at me? Boo boo, you look like an idiot because I'm laughing, cracking jokes while you're completely losing it. And then I'm pointing out the health code violations that you're committing. So now I'm gonna show you over here yelling at me. Let me tell you about these health code violations you violating right now while you screaming at me about this white man's work. I promise you I'll go hide in the bathroom for 2 hours. I'm not fighting you to work, sis. You can be the best little pickaninny in this mug. You can be number 1.
Shout out to IMD Shell. Shout out to Established 78. Shout out Queens. Yes. Hey, it's becoming something now from us men. Okay. Let me ask you something, Dara. You know, Hassan, Richard Reed, everybody in here. I want to ask y'all something. Do y'all take disagreements as disrespect? Because it seems like it's the women that are. I mean, that's what I'm getting from the theme of these videos. But how do y'all handle stuff? This one of them light shows where we just want to get to solutions. Thursday, we crashing out. Thursday, you know what I'm saying? But I want to know, you know what I'm saying? Like, how does this work for men? Because the consensus of what I've been finding says the women. I don't know if I believe that, you know what I'm saying? But that's the narrative, you know what I'm saying? Can we talk about a civil unrest coming from this prisoner that should have never been one? What happened? Is that something we got to break tomorrow? We could definitely do it tomorrow. Y'all want to break that tomorrow? All right, send it to me. Come to the Evoisms live show we having tomorrow. And I want to talk about a couple of things. Carmelo Anthony, I want to talk about a couple of things. You know what I'm saying? That I'm just having issues with. You know what I'm saying? And we're just going to sit and talk, you know, it's going to be some crash out. Yeah, it's going to be some crash out. We're going to crash out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, hey, I feel some type of way. We're going to talk, you know. That's it. Right. Thank you. And yes, and they hitting it in the comments. Yeah, it's a lot. So y'all gotta send me that. I've been so busy following that story, the Anthony story. Like I've been and you know, following these new Trump laws and stuff like that. That I ain't got time to look up nothing else. But I would love to figure out how that works. You know what I'm saying? So y'all definitely let me know. I'm with it. Only a disagreement. Okay. So y'all don't do the disagreement. Y'all just only have disagreements, and then y'all good. That's what you talking about. But it got to be a certain type of respect there for y'all to do that, though, doesn't it? I don't argue with women at all. I walk away before anything. Thank you, Daryl. Yes, that's what men do. They do not argue with women. Thank you. Yes, King. I definitely respect that. Definitely. You know.
He got to teach his brothers. That's what y'all know how I do. I will make these fools crash out because I want you to see yourself as the asshole the rest of us see you, and I want you to get better. I'm gonna help you heal, gentlemen. I'm gonna make you be the ultimate bitch in front of everybody.
As we've seen a million times on this show, hey,
even when I'm coming in polite,
say what you gotta say.
You seen it? I was polite and respectful that one day. They was bringing up stuff from yesterday, the week before that I had seen. Oh, the crash out was
do that to me all the time. Yes.
And I had all my sisters had my back. I didn't even have to say nothing. That was so much fun. I didn't have to say nothing until Evo got fed up and said, "Reigns is off, Lila."
You take your gloves off. Take chains off.
And now they too scared to come up.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put them back on because they too scared to come up. Now they're sitting in the comments, and that's okay. You could be sassy in the comments.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, the sisters. That was just a beautiful form of unity and uniting the sisters.
It was.
That's why I can't understand this narrative. It's another narrative that's being pushed. Is black women don't get along. I said I've been on this show almost going on 2 years now. You know what I'm saying? And me and my sis, we good. It be the kings that we always have issues with. It don't be us. But we all have a mutual respect for each other. So that may be why. You get what I'm saying? You know, maybe men see respect different than we may see it. You know, there's a sisterhood bond. I think men bond, but you know, y'all bond maybe way different than ours. And then all the sisters we got here, we all doing our thing. We all making money. You know what I'm saying? We all trying to, you know, progress. So that could be it too. You know, I watched a Spaces where that's what they was talking about. I was like, I don't know why they keep running this narrative that black women don't get along, you know, and they gave me every reason why, you know, why black women can't get along. I'm gonna be honest. I'm good at like talking and getting to solutions and stuff. Why do you do this? I'm gonna ask the hard questions, you know. And what I found is it used to be where our community, nobody trying to hear that. Now it's like, damn, Evolution, I see what you're saying. Like people, everybody, I don't know if it's the Trump thing or because the world is changing, the money is changing or what, but everybody is open there. Everybody looking for the, you know, for the best answer. They looking for ways to be better. You know, I see a lot of unity now, you know. Established that I disrespect back.
The unit, like this, all men get along bullshit is because they fear each other. They're not really friends. They're just worried that they might have to start a fight, go to fists, and they're all soft. So it's super unlikely that anyone will put their soft little hands up. So men bond out of fear. Women, it's constant competitiveness, I guess, trying to, like right now, we can get along. It's perfectly fine. But you bring a man in the mix and more ladies in the mix, then it's let me be picked. And when you meet a sister who doesn't care about being picked from dudes, the dudes crash out and the women don't know what to do. Because it doesn't matter if you get picked over me by some weird insecure dude who ain't got no money. That don't matter to me. You can have them all. You can have all the brokies. But every couple of months, I got to go on my page on Facebook and remind the comedy wives that I don't want your broke ass dude. He's not funny, and you make all the money. I'm more likely to be with you, ma'am, because you hold. There's this one show. I ain't never ever showed any interest in this man, in this chick husband whatsoever. Never, not
That's
once.
the catty competition thing.
And the first time I talked to her, she won't tell me how long they've been married, and it was basically a plea of, please don't steal my husband. And ladies, if your husband is buddy
you don't need him.
and constantly putting the same unattractive women up, that chick is sucking them off in the parking lot. Not me. It will never, ever be me. I'm fine. Look at me. It's them dogs that lick everything. Them dogs you approve of.
Disagreements, yeah, it does take maturity. That's very true. After what, you gotta grow up now. Like, you know what I'm saying? You just gotta grow up.
Disagreeing is not disrespect.
Thank you. It's not. I can't agree. Like, we two different people. Like, and we gotta stop doing that to each other. You disrespect me. Cause we don't see eye to eye. Like you're bugging. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, where was the disrespect? And check this out. Usually a person say they disrespected you. If they wasn't disrespected, they're gonna disrespect you. Now you got to figure out how you gonna handle that. And if you even gonna say anything, you know, how does this work? You know, and it's crazy that you got to deal with all that. Hey, Hassan.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Hey,
King. Sweetheart.
I'm doing great.
I'm glad you up here, Hassan. Because I want to ask you, how do men handle disagreements? Like, do they see it as disrespect because somebody disagreeing with them? Like, how do they handle it? Is it a mature way? Like, what's the majority? What do they do?
Well, it depends on which man you're talking about. If he's sensitive, he's going to freak out right away, you know? Real man's supposed to handle it. Unless you get disrespectful in the way you're talking, you're raising your voice, then we kind of have a problem. They're like, whoa, calm down, you know? But again, we have sensitive men and they can't hold their emotions. So what they do is they flip out. You know, doesn't mean you disagree with someone, doesn't mean you're disrespecting them. If you disagree, you disagree. You know, life goes on either way. I don't see it as disrespect, but it's the way it comes off, man or woman, the way like you say it, the look you give, like, wait, what? That might play into it too, you know? That's what
Very true. Thank you, Hassan. You always on point. Yeah, because you know, there's another thing, right? There's a consensus thing I've been seeing a lot of our people, we all could think one way about one person, but now we got to tell the person in the room with everybody around. How you think that person gonna treat? How you think that person gonna act? I'm just saying. Some people you can't pull to the side. Some people you can't. Sometimes it depends. You got what I'm saying? If they provoking you or push you, I get it. But I've seen that a lot on a lot of different lives and Instagram and X, and I'm just like, damn, like, what's this gang up type of mentality I'm starting to see now, where you just gang up on folks? Like, what's that about? You know what I'm saying? I try to stay away from stuff like that. Like, that's kind of weak too, if you think about it. I saw one that was like 8 hours. Let me see. It had you about 6. I came up for maybe the last 2. And I was like, he just like y'all ain't gonna get him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just ain't gonna work. And how I know it, because I had to look at the time. Because, you know, everything has like a time to it and everything. And I was just like, yeah, like, we got to figure this out. Like, what's going on? Like, come on now. Come on now. Okay. Look at Disha. She said, I haven't met a woman my man will want. If he ever wants another, it's nowhere near my level. I know that's right. Talk your okay? She ain't me. She can never be. She can't love you like I love you. I ain't mad at you. Yes. Hey. The mindset you gotta have with your man, I'm not mad at that at all. Do y'all notice the glitching? Y'all don't see it?
No,
sure, y'all let me live last week. They gonna act up this week. It's all good. Hassan, you know what I'm talking about? They say, yo, I gave you 7 hours one show, 5 hours another show, and you did 3 hours the next show. This week, I'm giving you hell. But guess what? Tuesday from the top of the show to the bottom going in. So they ain't gotta, You know what I'm saying? So it's all good. Tomorrow, yeah, I got a lot to say. I got a lot to cover too. A lot to cover. Yes, I can't wait, you know. Oh, I had another, matter of fact, I had another 2 videos that I wanted y'all to see. All right, so look at this one. And yeah, it's glitching on my side. Okay, I see what's going on. All right. So I mean, we are already getting to solutions and everything. So we doing good. This was like one of those consensus shows where it ain't gonna be too long. There's just a problem and we need to find a solution. You got what I'm saying?
Yeah,
We
I
can
get
never
you.
do this on Thursday because Thursday, you know, we got a lot of people in here, this and that.
But
On a
real quick,
Monday,
before you go to the video, do you see the stuff that I send you or no on IG?
let me see something. I can find it right here. Let's see.
Because sometimes I see you on and I send you something and like,
Yeah, it's like sometimes I get it, sometimes I don't. I think I see something down here. Okay, you know what? I could use this for tomorrow's show. I got you. I could definitely, because you know I do a clip show tomorrow, so I could definitely use that for the clip show. And y'all send me them clips of that stuff y'all talking about, like Hassan is doing, so I can go over it and we could talk about it. Y'all know how we got and talk about stuff, because it's a lot of stuff going on that ain't nobody broadcasting.
yeah.
And I don't understand why. There was even a bill that Trump just passed. And I'm looking like, ain't nobody gonna say nothing about that. Oh, we gonna talk about it tomorrow. Oh, we gonna talk about it tomorrow because it's gonna hit everybody. It's going to hit everybody. So we definitely gonna talk about it tomorrow. We like the night, but we heavy as hell tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And lighten it up on Thursday. Yes. Okay, look at this. I got 2 more clips
And
for y'all.
especially,
I hear you.
yeah, no, I was about to say, my bad, but especially when people say you're being disrespectful, the disagreement, you got to understand that you just hurt the little ego too.
Yes.
That's the main issue.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they don't know how to come back to you. Oh, you're being disrespectful.
Yeah.
No, again,
counteract. So they can.
we all can disagree
they gotta counter
on whatever,
yes.
but
yeah. Now it's like, yo, we gotta stop the nonsense, yo. It's crazy.
People need to actively. We need ego death. Once you need ego death. Once you go there, you can be an empathetic person, a sympathetic person. You can start looking at people as someone worthy of existing. But we don't believe in that anymore. We don't do that at all. The warm hug from the ego and from constant yes men. Nobody's creative like they used to. They keep recycling the same garbage, shoving it down our throats, movie-wise, entertainment-wise.
Yes.
It's just
I'm so ready to be different. Yes, like I'm so ready
when
to be
you're
different.
Nobody. Well, there's no gang factions. Like I find I didn't grow up with this gang, like being in hanging out with this group and this group. I didn't grow up in that, so I was always a loner on the outside. So even I'm still just a loner on the outside, just being me.
Yeah,
and it makes people uncomfortable when you're comfortable with who you are, and the weirdness or the awkwardness. It makes people uncomfortable because they want you to want to be around them. They want you to be upset that the group doesn't like you. When one of my bosses told me in my face, like, that's why nobody. I got. Hey, what's up, LJ? I got yelled at because I didn't say hello or good morning to a woman in the kitchen who don't like me. She don't like me. She didn't say hi to me.
She didn't say good morning.
That part.
Crazy.
I'm getting lectured by the chef, and he's screaming at me because I didn't say good morning to somebody. I didn't even remember not saying good morning because I went straight to work. Started doing what I was supposed to do. You were behind
like they want you to do. Like they
what you supposed to do. And then and he's screaming at me about not saying hi to this woman who don't mess with me. And I'm like, chef, did I say hello to you this morning? He's like, well, yeah. I said, that's the last time, bro. What are you doing? And then he thought he was going to insult me by saying, that's why nobody in here likes you. And I laughed so hard.
My check on time?
I said, run me my check, bro. You think I care what any of these losers? I pointed to everybody in the vicinity. These losers think, run me my money.
Thank you. If I work, I need my cash. Yeah, I feel you on that.
And he was devastated that didn't hurt my that didn't hurt my feelings. I don't need to be liked by anybody. That's insane to me.
Yes, yeah. I get it.
Everybody has to like me. I don't.
And people in competition ain't gonna like you know it. It's usually how that go. That's usually
he buys this bitch at Starbucks every morning to lie on me.
Crazy, yo.
Because she got to keep the intel up so that she can get her free Starbucks in the morning. I'm not gonna stop her blessing. Get your free Starbucks, sis. I ain't shit. Okay, cool. I didn't do nothing yesterday. Cool. Cool.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna play. I'm gonna play a clip. I don't know what they're gonna say. I always tell you, I do not know what they're gonna say, but let's see. Let's see what's gonna happen. And I got two clips. I got another clip too. Let's see. This is the first one. All right. Oh, yeah, this one going to be.
We need to focus everybody on having an ego death and coming back.
Yes.
Come back from it. Build yourself stronger. It's up, mama. We see the clip.
It's up. Thank you, Queen. Here we go.
Too many grown women don't have conflict resolution skills. Grown women who are raising children don't know how to resolve conflict like an adult, right? And about, I want to say 3 months now, I started observing this because we already knew about sign language. Shout out to Kevin Samuels. But about 3 months ago, I started really observing this, like in my everyday life. How do women in my life handle conflict? And it's sad to say that this is definitely an area that we need improvement in. Y'all, I'm gonna go live tonight. I don't usually go live during the week, but I'm gonna go live tonight because this really needs to be talked about. Ain't no way so many of the women in our community don't know how to handle conflict resolution, a basic skill that should have been taught in childhood. Come on now. Too many grown women don't have conflict resolution skills.
So let me
grown women who are raising children.
Let me stop this. That was the narrative I was getting from like a lot of clips I saw. What y'all think about that?
It's true. Ain't nothing really that deep about it. It's true. Like you see, it's evident. You see it every day, and it's a shame because you try to have a conversation with a person, and it's so bad now that people just automatically go to these things that they hear on the internet. You hear it like throughout every conversation. It's like, yo, I feel like I'm talking to somebody else, like a clip that I heard on Instagram this morning. Oh, you must just hate women. Oh, you must be in love with your mother. Oh, yo, what? I believe Uncle Ruckus said it, or Uncle Ruckus' father said it on Boondocks best. Don't give no dumb bitch no philosophy book. All right, like, I apologize. I'm not trying to offend nobody, but sometimes people
I know what you're talking about. That's why I'm laughing.
They hear these terms and then they hold on to them, and it don't even make sense when you're trying to have a conversation. It's like, where did that even come from? So, like she said, it's a lot of people, and I'll say the topic is women. So I'm gonna keep it on women, but I don't want to be biased and say it's. I don't want to say that's only them. It's a lot of men that do it too. There's a lot of men that do it too. You know, there's a lot of these dudes that's out here that they, you know, and it's not always in the same form. It might be a form of like, yo, your mother and your girl aren't getting along, but there's a baby involved. You as a man, just like, yo, they'll figure it out. That's not conflict resolution there either. So I look at it from different scopes all the time.
Yeah, because now people beat your moms up. Like, it's crazy how this stuff works now.
Man,
everybody can get it. Like, it's crazy. Yeah. I done heard stories like that. Like, it's crazy. You know? I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't surprised. What I was surprised is that she was like, hell, Kevin Samuels. That was surprising to me. I was like, oh, here you go. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell?
Listen, again, that man's ideas was his own. And we know in entertainment, sometimes we put a little bit more on, especially when you find out, oh, people is paying attention to this. All right, let me double down on it. But at the end of the day, it's like, not everything he said was wrong. Not like everything, like nobody's 100% wrong. Nobody's 100% right. Your delivery is most of the time what matters. It's not all about what you say, it's how you say it most of the time. But I'll say this, it's a lot of women who you speak to them and then they be like, oh, at first I didn't like that Kevin Samuels dude, but then I listened to him and he made sense to me. So I be hearing that all the time. So I wasn't that shocked that she said that, especially with her saying that a lot of women don't take conflict resolution serious. Because that's a skill. People put that on their job. Like, people lie about that on their job. Every day they put that on their job resume. Like, yeah, I'm great at conflict resolution. You at home arguing with your man right now.
Yeah, Dara, agree with you too. Really? Well, women are very cutthroat. That is very true. Women are very cutthroat. Very, very true.
But that's a people problem. I don't think it's specific to women.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a people problem. I think because men are so scared of other men, you don't see them arguing with each other because the men are the monsters, right? They are the destroyers of the planet and of animals, women, and children, and other men. So a man is more likely going to resolve whatever issue he has with another man because of fear. Women tend to be more emotional because they deal with more emotions, handle more emotions. They're not scared to express emotions, while the man's just going to sit with his head down. And that's not resolving the conflict either. Being quiet about it, storing everything in, and then crashing out later, taking it out on someone else, cheating on your old lady. Well, if you weren't always yelling at me, I wouldn't have to go catch herpes from the next one. And it's like, hey,
never no excuse for herpes.
Now you've created a whole other problem.
Hey,
she always got to go with the name calling. Men as monsters and stuff. I try, like we said, it's on both sides. It's on both sides. And if women aren't going to take ownership and say that there's the skill of conflict resolution, is not yelling. It's not talking about your mama wasn't this and you only last this long in the bedroom. Yeah, I'm gonna get quiet because my grandfather used to pop somebody against their head for talking like this. My father went out and cheated. I'm sitting here drinking a beer listening to it. So sometimes listening and taking it is a part of conflict resolution, is what I'm really trying to get at. Because like Evo said, Daryl said that women is going for the jugular out here. And I'll say this, as I was trying to say before, a couple episodes, it take special type of people to love black women, because let me not even say special type. As a black man, you got to know what you're going to deal with, because as black people, we joke on people and we talk about people way crazier than other cultures. We are the funniest for a reason. We creative for a reason. Like, when it comes to roasting and cutting ass, that's what we do. So if you're gonna deal with a white woman, of course her jokes is not gonna be as hurtful as a black woman, because she's not as creative. Same thing with an Indian woman or a Hispanic woman. They might say what they're gonna say, but I think that's what people think is a difference. White women is, your cock is still small, Jim. Black woman gonna go in like, listen, that's why you couldn't satisfy that last bitch. That's why she left you. She's gonna make it hurt. She's gonna make it. That's why your mother said you even. She's gonna make it go further because she's more creative.
It's the strength of the black woman. The words cut a little bit more because y'all know we was made for you, and that truth hurt. Usually that's what it is. I'm just gonna say it ain't you ain't gonna get mad if you ain't got a small penis. I know that was one of the things you said. You're not gonna get mad if you're not. You get what I'm saying? So, and we know y'all the best. I think.
Who's the best?
Here we go.
Who's the best?
You shouldn't have said that, Evo.
I think black women know black men the best. Like, we were made for them.
At what?
I think that we know.
Evo's being nice today.
Like, we know more about them than anybody. They could get with any chick, but how can I say it?
Black women heal the world.
We were made to be together. You know what I'm saying?
Black women heal the world. Know what?
But that is true.
A black woman,
you know what?
She will survive. She will look. He proved my point. In my rant, he brought up the ancestry of wholeness and disrespect in his own family while arguing my point. He argued against my point while validating my point.
What? What are you
You
talking
talk
about?
about what your grandfather and your father did. That was my
I'm giving
point,
an
sir.
example. My grandfather, my mother's
No.
father got
That
booty.
was you
My
agreeing with
mother's
me.
father got booty, but then when he met my grandmother, that booty must have evidently put him.
Yeah, that
He
doesn't
put
matter.
that ring on it. He put that ring on it.
That doesn't matter. You are
But
still
when he was
trying
in New
to
Orleans,
invalidate my point, right? You were trying to invalidate my point.
I spoke first
But
when I said
you
that.
said,
What are you talking about?
agreed with my point, sir.
I said
Mom,
that before you spoke, Corsette. What are you talking about?
no, you
How
didn't.
is that
You was
validation?
crying. You got upset and was like, "Your name calling," because I said men are monsters. That even other men fear other men, and that's why there is no disagreement with other men, because deep down you know that man is a potential monster.
Men get in disagreements all the time. So that's what I spoke on. And I spoke on the fact that the topic of the clip was women. And since you wanted to bring up,
I'm clearly not talking
Evo said that it's okay to speak about men and women, but
I'm not talking
piggybacked
about
off
that.
what
I'm
you
talking
said.
about when you tried to invalidate my point.
What point did I try to invalidate?
You tried to invalidate my point, and then you brought up what your forefathers was doing, which was my point.
Those are not, first of all, examples. My father didn't get no buns. He was in jail most of my life, most of his life. I talk about this in my comedy. I cut his ass all the time about it. I was trying to say that black women, black women, which we all have, I at least on this show have said several times that, which I do not consider you. I said black women. Black women are very creative. Hello. Black women are very creative as people. I tried to say people as a people, we are very creative. So if you're talking to a black man, it might be a white dude who might say something he trying to insult you, but it don't sound as clever because as a people, we've been doing this for most of our lives. Our cousins, our brothers, our sisters, our parents been joking on us, so we joke on them. I'm saying that black women go for the jugular. Black women, quote unquote, go for the jugular, but they do it in a more creative way. Where white women and Indian and Spanish women do the same, but it might just be less seasoning on it. It might just be, you're a cocksucker, Jim. That's not all right. He probably actually do. And that white dude probably actually do that. But you as a black woman,
white women are also vicious. We all vicious, sir.
It's vicious in a different way.
My point was that y'all are scared of other dudes. That was my point. It had nothing to do with that.
And I never tried to invalidate
y'all
that.
Have less conflict because was it Miss D?
You're bugging.
Miss D talking about her nephew. Was it you, Miss D, who kept crashing out and ended up in jail? Was that your nephew, or it might have been
No, it's my nephew, San Antonio. Yeah.
And where she tried to talk to him,
yeah.
And he wasn't crashing out. He crashing out on everybody. But I think it was the girlfriends. He kept crashing out on the girlfriends repeatedly. And
well, the thing about the girlfriends,
we don't get your point for me to even.
The thing about the girlfriends that well, I always say this for my nephew, it was the inability to learn anger management and conflict resolution. Mm-hmm. Those girlfriends are not black, you know. So he has crashed out in the things that he's done, but also it was just, you know, just a refusal. Oftentimes when people, like with him, he dropped out, right? So dropping out of school, I always tell him, like, you don't have the word. You rather grab something negative than to try to figure out how to talk it out, because it's easier for you to go negative than to actually work your brain and figure out a better way to talk it out, you know? So that's his inability to do conflict resolution, you know, and it's that refusal to, you know, or, you know, he's gorgeous. So he does anger management classes, and he'll get some cute instructor and she'll be like, oh, I passed him. He did great, auntie. Okay. Yeah.
Miss D Chills. We get that. And what I was trying to say is, because the topic is women of the clip, the woman in the clip was talking about other women being unable or not practicing the skill of conflict resolution.
And I like what you said, LJ. I like what you had said on it, that it's difference between, you know, white women are a little bit less
you know, and Johnny might be a little used to that, right? So and they may not say it in such a way. We tend to go the whole 9 miles, right? Is that what you're saying? Like we tend to take
I'm saying that, and I'm saying not only that, but if a black woman is with a white man, she's not going to give him that same amount of creativity.
No, I agree. No,
as
I've
a
never
black
seen that.
man. That's why I reiterate it. As a black man, you have to understand that in the position of dating one of the most creative, the most beautiful. I said one of the most creative things, the most beautiful thing God have ever created. And in the form of a black woman, you got to understand that mouth is going to go where it's going to go. She's going to go back to the playground on you. I remember when that motherfucker dunked on you in front of your mother, and they will cut. They will cut you. They know what. They know what cuts you. Like I said, the white woman is gonna be like, "Fuck you, man. You're a fucking asshole."
LJ, listen, like black women, like Pastor said on Sunday, that we're so comfortable with being. I just go off. That's what I do. We're comfortable with that.
Yeah,
but when you're really walking your walk and you really want your light to shine, you have to be willing to come back a little bit, because yes, it's okay.
You gotta change something.
I'm not saying change is beautiful. Like change is beautiful. Like to just say I'm gonna. The hardest thing that God ever did was to change your mind, right? To change your mindset, to change your behavior.
This past couple of days on X, and I was just like, y'all just be saying that like it's cool, like you know, every now I'm a good person, but you know, every now and I curse people out, and you know, but I'm good, I'm fairly good. This
10% of the time.
You gotta change to progress. You can't say like, and it was like an early Sunday, so I said, yo, you can't be walking with the Lord and talking about you just curse somebody out on Sunday morning. What are we talking about? I said, you ain't even.
Look, let's be real. If you dealing with men in a different community, those men in the different community already know their worth, their value, and they walk in their masculinity.
So why do they go to massage parlors and get massaged by little Thai boys? Because you always try to do that. You always try to talk bad. You always do that.
I didn't mean to jump ahead of you, Coach. I apologize.
Can I finish? Is that okay if I finish?
Oh yeah, Coach.
Is that okay with you?
I jumped ahead of Coach. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Okay. So that part, like what you just
did now. Coach back in the day. That was you back in the day, Coach? Nah. We ain't gonna skip over that. Put that back up. Put that back up, boy. Put that back up, boy. I see you, young boy. I'm trying to give a man a compliment. You see how they don't want men to compliment each other?
Let finish.
Yikes. That proving my point. How he has to prove to be the more masculine by shouting about nonsense. You didn't, Coach been here a long time. You didn't give a shit about Coach till I started speaking all of a sudden. And now
only a man.
Constantly having to prove yourself the most
Dan. We didn't say hi to Dan.
Is the
only a man who has never been to a little Thai boy to get a massage would ask that question.
What question was asked?
You asked why they go out to these little Thai boys.
That is how you enter a room. That is
hold on. Time out. He got to repeat that statement because that shit sounded dumb as hell. Only a man that what? I need you to repeat that statement.
You just asked why these guys go out to see.
Hold on. Don't say I didn't ask nothing. I just said something when I heard you say that statement. So you heard somebody say, now repeat exactly what you said.
Oh yeah.
Repeat what you said. I need to hear what you said.
You asked why these guys go out to the little Thai boys to get massages.
Let him finish.
And I'm just saying, only a man that's never gotten a massage from a little Thai boy would ask that question.
I don't want to. Don't unpack that, Daniel. Don't unpack that tonight. Unpack that tomorrow.
Only a boy who has never had one would say something bad about having one. Is that what you're saying, Dan?
See, that's just the
Dan is admitting that he's had one.
Hold on. You said
never speak ill of a Thai boy, lady boy.
Shit dumb as hell. I need to hear if he said a man getting massaged by another boy or another man. Is that what you said?
Yes. He said there's nothing wrong with a little bit of pad Thai.
Listen, and Dan, listen. You're on YouTube, and I'm trying to be nice, but just hear me say, You say that shit around some niggas, you get your ass whooped. Boy, black boys don't never. Hold on. He's saying, listen, ladies, listen, and tell me if I'm wrong. If I heard, if I said it, I apologize. He said only a man that hasn't gotten a massage from who again? Another
LJ,
boy.
LJ
Hold
said
up,
it
another
first.
boy.
Did you say LJ?
Another boy or another man? Who said that?
LJ said
Hold on. What
LJ
I said
it originally, and Dan
because
played off of his joke with a joke. LJ
because
attempted that
Corset
joke,
was
and
talking about
Dan-
black men and what we do and comparing us to other cultures. I said that you cannot say that they're more secure when they're sneaking back doors in the middle of the night to go get massages from Thai boy, lady boys. And then Dan came and said, well, if you had ever experienced a massage from a Thai boy, you wouldn't be saying that, quote unquote.
Well,
so I don't know what he was playing off. That's that
okay,
white
so-
comedy where they get away with being gay and doing things.
I apologize to the panel.
I do think that might be a fact, though, right? That might be a fact, though. If you had, then you probably wouldn't have been saying that, would you? So if you're arguing with me,
probably,
doesn't that...
but most black, most brothers don't. I'm sorry.
No,
So can
I'm just here to screw this.
I'm gonna respond on
Go
the
ahead.
topic.
I'm going to a white man's wedding this week, Dan. You can't
please.
do it. I speak the language,
I
buddy.
think I'm hearing an echo from you, Dan. I think it's
That is pretty good. Yeah, I'll shut it off. I got headphones. It should be good.
You gotta turn YouTube off in the background. Turn YouTube off in the background on your phone.
Move Corset's drawers from away from your mic.
Okay.
As far as the topic,
Coach.
I don't know if y'all was on. I'm just go to the title of the topic. Is a disagreement cause for disrespect? No. Come on, that's the dumbest shit you could ever do to any type of relationship. Even with kids, y'all disagree with your kids, y'all already cuss their ass out. All stupid, dumb. They look like their mama. They look like their. Come on, man. Even with a friend, you can't. Just because y'all disagree, you can't just get disrespectful. All y'all know y'all used to smell like pee when y'all was young. What y'all talking about? All y'all was poor. What I'm saying is you can't use stuff like that just based off of disagreements. You're gonna disagree with most black people today. Disagree with their own life.
Catching up. We are just talking about relationships, right?
Exactly. Even that's a relationship. Because when you approach it like that, you always gonna have a bad outcome in relationships. Yes, disagreements. Bosses, owners have disagreements, but you got to talk it out. And you can agree to disagree.
Yeah. Unless he accidentally married a Nazi or something, you should be.
Well, if you marry a
Nazi, be on the same page well enough, right?
Well, I don't think no sisters want no Nazi because he's gonna tell them exactly what to do 1,000%, and they ain't gonna do it.
I think that what piggybacking off what Coach said, I think the greatest thing, also part that you said, is agree to disagree, right? So I was on my podcast once, and I had an atheist call in, and he would love to call in, and he liked to highlight himself on my show, and he was always calling in from London and going back and forth and saying things like, "You're the only black woman that I respect," and that's disrespectful to my sisterhood, So saying things like that, but I would always agree to disagree with him, right? I spent a year doing that with him in 2010. In 2011, he had a change of heart, started going to church, one. And then in 2012, he married a black woman. All I'm saying is
don't be proud to be a part of that. Don't be proud. I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
Be quiet. But I'm just saying that agreeing to disagree, sometimes you can get further. You can unpack more when you agree to disagree. So that's why I like what Coach said.
But that's how man operate. Man don't get caught. Listen, y'all can disagree with everything that I say. It does not matter. Because I understand that people on YouTube, most of us have already walked the gauntlet of life. I don't hear nobody talk about it can work. Everybody, man, ain't shit. Yeah, we ain't shit. Again, you at a space in life where you got to look at everybody hindsight is 20/20. But we can't. I done got talked about, but I ain't gonna just sit up and call y'all out your name. Every woman ain't that. I ain't gonna just call y'all bees just because. I don't conform to other guys. I've always been a lone wolf. I've had problems with not every woman likes a light-skinned bald head. And when I used to have her, I was that man. I was winning more than I was losing, but when I lost, sorry, you're gonna lose out later on in the future. Then when they see you a couple of months later, they looking at you like old state and be like, I ain't even looking at you no more. But that's how I did relationships. So
how old do you think you were when you settled into that?
That's good.
probably about 26, 27.
Yeah. I was gonna say
My
like
family,
right up,
I
close
came,
to
all
30.
my father, grandfather, great grandfather, everybody was married.
Yeah.
So, you know, and my father was the craziest dude I met. So couldn't no nigga in the street intimidate me.
And it's like when you want to settle down, you're getting you know
I
your
was
life's
about,
moving forward and stuff.
I was married before, but I wasn't ready. I was in the military. I was in good shape. I had good money. I knew how to do shit. And every time I go out in them streets, I'm looking, and you get caught up sometime. But I was
show him the picture again, Coach. Show him the picture again, bro.
I wasn't disrespectful.
What
You know,
branch
if I
were
met
you
a
in?
woman, I was in the Army. I was Fort Hood.
You
Then
at
I
Fort
went to
Hood? What year
I
were you
spent
at Fort Hood?
I spent 15 years in the South.
Oh, you
90
at
to
Wall Street
93.
with Jimmy? You used to go to Wall Street with Jimmy?
I used to go to Austin. I used to hit Dallas. I used to hit Houston. I used to go, I used to go to NCO Club.
Shout out to Jimmy and Wall Street.
But y'all were hoes back then. Wasn't y'all like?
No, we wasn't hoes. Listen, no,
We
we
made a
wasn't
fort
hoes.
out the
All
hood. We
no,
made a fort out the
no,
hood.
the adults move like a. Listen, no, you gotta listen. The women when I was coming up, they were not hoes. They understood that, but they understood that it was an exchange of services and goods. They didn't even show themselves, but they would get you. No, the hoism is now. Listen, and I'll say this. This is my one criticism.
Like in the 90s at Fort Hood, it was always an understanding, and it wasn't what y'all see happening now. Like it was always an understanding. There was nothing personal. No one got attached unless they decided to get attached and they got married. But it was really just a whole lot of fun without the misunderstanding. The dating today, I just don't.
What kind of freakness?
I'm just saying.
They talking about hold 'em.
Yeah, freak
shields.
I mean, these shields.
Brother LJ, we
man,
talking about the freak Nick at Fort Hood. We talking about making
I ain't
sure
never
that
go
we
to Freaknik. That was a waste of time.
I ain't go to Freaknik. I went to Yacht Nick
I had
though.
to go to Freaknik.
I didn't go to the first Million Man March. I went to the second one, and I didn't go to the first yacht. I mean, I didn't go to the first Freaknik.
I was not doing nothing bad in the Freaknik.
No, women were more respectful. They let you know exactly what they're looking for, but they would also come with the understanding that we're gonna work in this together. And listen, I'll put this over any woman 40 and under today. The women that when y'all mamas and aunties was y'all age, I'll take you back in their 20s, all of them was fine. Well, most of them. Even the tall girl, the big girl, she was fine. She didn't have 4 rows, she had 2. And she didn't have a fupa. She wasn't a big girl without a baby. Now
that's when it was
different. But
they was hitting that Billy Blanks Tabo.
There used to be
y'all
a crime.
are the best. Y'all are the best
To go,
species
there
of
used to be a
sister
crime to
woman
be
out there.
over 175 pounds back then.
All
Like,
y'all
we
had
were
to offer back then was babies, right?
No. Because the women back then work hard. Those women work hard.
How were they working if y'all were working?
And they was going to the gym. And paying for their own gym fitness membership.
They had gyms back then. We see these soldiers on the weekend. We work
was
in
outside.
In New York, they had gyms.
I love
you don't remember those fitness videos when the girl she had the leg up.
They had Tybo back then.
He was outside.
I love these delusions where back in my day, Barrack Bunny
was outside.
That's
That's Fort Hood right there. Hey, that's Fort Hood right there.
Let me see if I recognize
You're not gonna do this again, Corset.
That's Fort Hood right there.
Hold on, coach, because you know I was at all.
You had to have the chest hair back then. That's what y'all don't understand. Back then,
Fort Hood right there.
Coach
You don't hear all that.
Coach was a
That was Fort Hood. That was 91.
I love this pretending back in the
was
day.
91. All good.
There wasn't
I don't wanna hear
Barrack
all
Bunnies
that.
standing
I got a picture of
outside
me in
waiting for
91.
military men to service to maybe find a husband. No, they weren't doing
They
that.
wasn't looking for
They were all respectful, and they knew that we was just using them for the night. This is
that's not what he said.
That's not what D-Show said.
You can't say nothing's changed though.
Ma'am, thank you, ma'am.
Some people know.
used for fun. They were
Yeah,
trying to
you either
find
know
a
or you don't
husband.
know.
Then
If you're too young, you may not
now.
understand
Hold
where
on, I
he
ain't
was
finished.
coming from.
I ain't finished. D. I'm what I heard him say was these women who were being used knew it was only for that, and that they weren't trying to get a husband.
That's
Yes,
not even what he
but they were
said.
at the bar outside the base. They
What
were
Coach
trying
was
to
saying was that we were using them. If you
Exactly.
heard
We was
him
using
right,
each other. It was an even exchange.
oh, y'all
The
was using
women.
each other. Okay.
And first of
It's like a
all,
level of self-respect.
Corset. That sounds.
Mediocre
Hold
meat
on.
is never an even
That's
exchange.
that sounds
Why
very
you think
third
they all
world
got
country.
kids?
That sounds very third world country to
That's
think that you,
military.
as
That's
the person plotting, you're not in the military. You know that's a military base and that's a military bar. You put your Sundays, your freakum dress on, and you go try to get you a military husband. How are you
They
not the
wasn't looking
one
for
being
husbands.
using? You're the
They
one
wasn't
that's the
looking for
user.
husbands. They wasn't looking for
They was
husbands.
looking for
No, we
green
were
cards.
really just having
Evo, they was looking for green cards. How they wasn't looking for husbands if they was
Not
looking
for
for
them
green cards?
soldiers, they weren't.
Because
They was
most
looking
soldiers,
for them. Who was gonna bring them back?
Soldiers was the
no,
biggest
The
hoes
no.
people on
ever.
vacation wasn't bringing them back. The soldiers was bringing them back.
Hold on. No, Miss D can attest to this. Most soldiers, he's looking for a wife. He ain't looking for that bullshit. I'm telling
No,
you.
he's not.
A
A
soldier's
looking
looking for a
soldier
wife.
is
So,
not
He's
going
looking for
to
that
so
bump
he
and
was
pay.
looking, cause y'all went to some really out there places. So when y'all was sleeping with the Asians, y'all was looking for
No, you
wives.
talk about
When y'all
war
was
wars
sleeping
when you
with
go to
the
Europe.
Polish girls, y'all was looking for
How you
wives.
talking about when they go over to
Vietnam.
Europe? It don't count.
No,
Evo,
Yeah,
y'all wasn't.
no,
It don't count. It
they
don't
was.
count.
That's what. But Evo,
But that don't count.
the
You talking
soldier.
world wars.
I
You
agree with
talking.
Most
Evo.
of my boyfriends have been servicemen.
Evo, I
That don't
agree with you,
count.
Evo.
I
The
already know
soldier
that.
wasn't
The red
looking
light
for
district outside of every single military
Evo.
establishment
The soldier
in
wasn't
the
looking for
world
love.
is for
The
wives.
soldier was looking for pleasure. But each and every person who was working in that district was hoping American men take them home.
We're talking
let me
about
say this.
mainland.
Let
We're
me
talking
say
about
They
this.
was
America.
putting their best
Hold on, let
on
me say
because
this.
they was hoping that American
Let me
men
It's
say
would
this real
wives
risk it
quick.
going
all.
out there like that. So,
Let me say
I
this
grew
real
up
quick.
with
They
these
were
guys.
First
I
of all,
partied with
first of
these
all, let me
guys.
say this real
They
quick.
weren't
Let me say
looking
this
for
real quick.
wives.
Coach,
All
thank
of
you
them
for
were
your
not
service.
constantly always
First
looking
and
for
foremost,
wives.
always. And then I know
Richard, you
with
weren't
the
even
question
born.
that you
You
just
was
showed
5,
us, Coach,
6.
I know
I was
that you were
not born. I
serving
was born on a
necessary
military base,
action
sir.
before good. So let me
Oh
thank you
no,
for
but
my sisters back
no. No. Listen,
please.
people
No, listen,
listen.
Coach.
And here's okay. I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna shut up. But this is what I understood then. Not every woman liked that guy right there. So what was I supposed to do if a woman say, I go to, hey, how you doing? I don't like light skin. All right, I'm sorry, ma'am. I keep
And
it
that was said
moving.
a lot because
But
in
I
the
keep
90s we were
moving.
dark skinned men only. Yeah, in the 90s we were
But I
dark
was
skinned.
because it wasn't
Listen,
about the light
listen.
skin.
He's
They
way
say what
before
they
the
want.
90s, isn't he?
Let's not do that with
He's
him.
way before the
I
90s.
don't want to do that with you, Coach.
But let me say this.
I agree with
before you
everything,
say
but
okay.
ain't nothing. You got to understand, Hershey Kiss chocolate don't go out of style,
Well, be
baby.
quiet for us. I never does, LJ.
It just don't.
They
That
was
just
in for a long time.
Listen to what
anytime, any
listen to
year.
what I wanted to say. Listen, let me say this. When it came to back in the day, one thing that if you don't know anything about the Army, let me teach you the number one thing about our United States Army. The Army was based off of one principle. If the Army wanted you to have a wife, they would issue you one. And then they got to the point where they started training the soldiers that you needed to be family oriented because the family is needed when the soldier goes to war. So yes, a soldier calls you 2 and 3 days later after your one night hangout, then he's intentional about who he thinks that you can be. A soldier is never going to call you day 2 if he's not intentional about making you an Army wife. So if you are getting a call a week later, 2 weeks later, you need to consider who you are. Now, not all of us are Army wives, okay? Some of us are born that way, right? But not all of us have it in us to be an Army wife, right? So they do make mistakes. They do choose the wrong one sometimes. Sometimes they try to turn a hoe into a housewife. And a lot of mistakes are made at our military base. And a lot of learning lessons have happened. When they deploy, then she sleeps with the rest of the unit. So we know the things that can happen when the soldier chooses the wrong one. But for the most part, when a soldier is being intentional, because when a soldier has a wife, his rank, all that goes up, and a whole lot of things can happen for his
housing comes and all this other
It's
stuff.
incentive. I was just waiting for you to finish it because I was going to say it's so much indoctrinate into the military that they give you incentives, especially if you marry another military
Oh yeah,
person.
the more you,
Then
yeah,
your
the more
ass,
you build,
you
the
going
bigger your
up.
family.
So
We need you to build tomorrow's
and
soldiers.
mindset wise, they want you to have something that you feel like you're fighting for. They want somebody that they can control because you have something to lose. They don't want the wild man who got nothing to lose. They want him, but that's a different type
They
of
want
military you
discipline.
talking about.
We like
You
discipline.
talking about them
We like
special units. You talking about them. You talking about them units that he didn't go in there and get
Hold
Osama.
on. What you just said right is a fallacy because brothers like you just said, like you just mentioned, when they join the military, those be the highest ranking dudes. Those be the best dudes. The dudes that sort of wilding out, when they get in there, they understand that they can find a discipline in it. Man, they the best dudes in the
That's what
military.
I just said. That's why I said,
That
Coach.
makes
That's a
sense.
different military. That's why I said those are the
Worst
ones who go
dude.
get. Those are the ones who go get Osama in them. That's why I said that's a different. They
Yeah,
They
that's
want.
the special forces. Most soldiers are regular soldiers. Most soldiers are regular, learning skills, learning trade, getting paid. Whether if they're not married, they well, it's the new army. I go to base all the time. They're not as fit as we were. They're a little more out of shape today, but they
It
still.
depends on what your
You know,
discipline is. My son-in-law, I think he joined in 2013. His first base was South Korea. He's an intentional career soldier. He just did drill sergeant, and he already is ranking up in another week.
he's a drill sergeant.
He's
a drill sergeant.
ranking up in another week. So he's
yeah.
intentional. He's been to 3 different countries. You see what I'm saying? So sometimes if you go in and he's built his family, he dated
So
my
is
daughter.
he thinking?
He
Is he
dated my
thinking
daughter
about
in
getting?
10th grade. He made her
Is he
his
married?
wife in his mind in 10th grade. My daughter was his wife.
So they married now today?
They got married.
Here's
They
a
got married.
fact that has nothing
They
to
got
do with
married
people's
when my
stuff.
daughter was they got
We
married
got
the
way
second
off
year of
topic.
college. They went to college together.
Here's a fact.
Are they still married?
I just want to give you guys a fact that has nothing to do with family. So
But I have-
everything's great. So they changed the law.
Go ahead,
right?
Daniel.
They changed the laws in Japan where you have to be married at least 5 years before you get your papers because the Japanese women were suckering the soldiers so fast and they pretend to be submissive and perfect. And those men would fall in love and unalive themselves. So now in Japan, I believe Japan's the only country where you have to be married 5 years before you get your green card.
Thank you for validating my point.
That's an actual. So
You always validating my point without knowing you're doing it. And with Dan's intro song, all the small things. Go ahead, Dan. Dan, get
You must
intro
be
music.
roses by the stairs. No, I was just curious. You guys are all talking the Army. I'm just curious if you know much about the Navy, because it's a pretty different story.
My nephew is retired Navy. Yeah.
But I don't know what it was like back then.
In the Navy, you get incentives for marrying Navy too. What
But
difference?
the difference being that you can have your spouse move over to there's like spouse housing in your bases and stuff, where especially if you're
the Army got those
fairly stable place, but not in the Navy. When you're out on ship,
hold on, let him finish.
not like you're always out on the ship. Obviously, you need to go back to port, but just it's such long trips and stuff. It just seems like there's more recklessness that goes on longer in the Navy.
Yeah, because while you out at sea, old boy up here, my man gonna be over at Jody and your wife.
That's why I said it's the one you choose.
Although I have heard stories about it being set up that way.
Deployment is deployment, bro.
You're right.
Whether you on a
the
ship,
officers visiting
an
the wife
aircraft,
to make sure she's okay.
No, it'd be regular little soldiers, E2s, E3s. It don't matter.
man, that's what I'm saying.
Let me ask you something.
When you see it, you can't argue with.
I want to ask you, how does? Oh, matter of fact, before I answer that, I'm seeing what's going on. Shout out to the Queen of White School.
Don't shout out Richard, yo.
White School is
Richard.
Membership.
Richard.
Yes, White School has gifted 3 memberships.
They said we got off
y'all look
topic.
out for y'all memberships. Y'all gotta look and see if she gave y'all membership. That she usually just randomly like select. Thank you so much, White School. Thank you, Stephanie. That's beautiful. Let me give Stephanie some love. I'm working on a new song, a super chat song, but I love this one. I don't know if y'all ever listening to what it's saying though, but thank you, Stephanie. Thank you, Queen. Here we go. Y'all look out for y'all super chats. Here we go.
Ain't got enough to pay the rent, can we delay the bills? Another dollar getting spent, another day to chill. I can't afford to play it safe, I gotta make a deal. It's gotta be another way, a Cadillac DeVille.
All right, thank you, Stephanie. We appreciate you. I'm working hard for the members. I got some stuff in store.
Evil. There's been great panels. Salute.
Down.
Yeah, there's been a great show.
Topic, right?
Can you hear me?
Say it again, Hassan.
Can you hear me or no?
We got it.
Yeah. Great show, great conversation. Salute to you, Trey Ferg. As always, salute to the panel. Until next time, everybody.
Thank you,
man. Be safe, man.
See you tomorrow, Hassan.
All right, see you tomorrow.
All right.
We got
Thank you. I want to ask y'all. So I know we got D Shields up here new. Just I didn't get to ask y'all a question. Daniel, Coach Ferg, I want to ask y'all a question. Well, matter of fact, Coach Ferg answered it. I want to know, is a disagreement cause for disrespect? And when I say that, I mean, let's say you just don't agree with somebody, y'all having a disagreement. People will say later on, no, you disrespected me. And it's usually because you don't agree with what they're saying or you're telling them how they're wrong. What do y'all think about that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You want to go, Daniel, or me?
Well, disagreeing is, I mean, you don't have to disrespect somebody just to disagree or even argue, right? Like you just have a respectful debate. There are plenty of people that I have no interest in talking to again, right? Outside of like relationship that even them, like I don't see any reason to disrespect them if I disagree. I think the only time that even if I like really disagree, like say somebody was just like a horrible, sexist, racist, Nazi, whatever, would I disrespect them or would I just absolutely disagree with them and then put them in their place?
Right. Yeah.
Is that disrespect?
Sometimes
you're right though. It's a difference putting somebody in their place and just.
It is true. I don't respect them. Like really, like I can't help but not respect somebody that has those beliefs, right?
You don't have to, but it's not disrespectful to not respect somebody.
Right.
It's
you don't have to come down on them.
You don't have to respect somebody to show them
Yeah.
respect in a conversation or respect yourself so much that you don't stoop to the level of engaging ignorantly in an ignorant conversation.
Exactly.
You could educate a person and speak to them or speak with them rather.
Yeah.
Oh,
thanks for saying ignorantly. I just realized how this is a hard thing to talk about without cussing.
That's the last. It's not because he was white. That's not. I promise you, I'm not getting ignorant the rest of the show. It's because Richard is here. I watch. He's gonna piss me off.
Why is Richard gonna piss you off? He didn't even say nothing.
Hey, Richard, how are you?
Hey, Rich.
How you doing?
Watch.
Shout out to Richard Barbados.
Yes.
Yeah, guys. Like I told you, you're coming in with well good spirits. I don't know why you should have got that problem. Like I told you, just coming with good spirits. I was smiling.
You always smile before you start the bullshit, Richard. That's how I knew you was going.
No, partner. I going by the topic. What the lady's trying to say. I going by what the topic is and the disrespect and stuff like that. Like I wrote in the comments and I was saying to myself, the reason why people disrespect people is pride. It could be pride. It could be envy. It could be jealousy. It could be a number of things. So you guys don't actually talk the topic. You find out why it is that you cannot agree upon that and why you're always angry. And why the guys always angry. You see, like I told chances are these guys.
The guys is always angry. You're annoying.
But like I told you.
You're annoying.
All these ladies say something.
Let him talk. Why y'all be hating on Rich?
He's a
come on, fellas.
Are you being disrespectful just because you disagree?
I'm not being disrespectful. I'm telling that's the definition. That's the definition. He's pandering. That's a definition.
I'm not pandering.
That's not disrespectful.
I'm not pandering.
I didn't call him
I'm
out
not
his
pandering.
name. I'm defining his actions right now. in most
That's
of the
to
time.
you. That don't mean they definite. That's to you. Keep that to yourself.
That's to you.
I think you get angry when a man can show up and all the women smile without him even saying a word.
I think
Yeah.
that is the issue.
I think that. Oh, I'm sorry.
Man came up.
Depends
we
on
all
the kind of
smiled,
smile.
Got yelled at.
I don't want to talk about how nobody could tell
There's
the
like that
difference
quiet,
when
like,
you're smiling or not, Corset. Nobody knows
Can I
the difference
say
between you
this on the
smiling.
topic though? Can I say this about the?
Keep your chin into them other chins. Nobody know when you smiling.
Yeah.
Sorry. I said Richard brings it. He brings the worst out of me. I'm sorry.
I don't know why you should say that.
Is a disagreement.
No offense to white people, but I think people smile when I get on for a different reason.
You said when you get on?
When he gets on, people smile.
You said get off. Dare you?
He said get off. He said get off. Freak.
You know, you getting off? You getting off right now? You know when he came up?
So listen, it's a disagreement.
I get it.
I think I know what he was trying to say.
I'm sorry, I'm late.
Is a disagreement cause for disrespect? So is a disagreement cause for disrespect? The disagreement itself is not cause for disrespect. It's the inability to see someone else's perspective, because a lot of times we answer based on what's going on inside of us, what's going on with us for the day, what's going on inside of us. Sometimes you answer, a lot of people will disagree with you the minute you talk because they don't like you. Being a Black woman that constantly hears the idiocracy, you talk like a white girl, right? So I don't understand that, because my grandmother, my great grandmother, and the grandmothers before that taught white women how to read.
Wow.
So I don't understand if someone says that you talk like a white girl, because a white girl talk like a Black woman, but that's a whole nother topic.
Right.
But oftentimes, because when I begin to speak, I'm instantly a disagreement. So, but when I see that, when you're wise enough and you can see that the person has that problem with you, you honestly can go back and forth with them. And once you see that disrespect, I'm you, Daniel. I'm going to take my distance. I'm going to get my distance, because I'm not, you can disrespect me once, but you're not going to constantly disrespect me unless you know you going down and, you know, I lay low and spread wide with you. If I don't lay low and spread wide with you, you're not going to disrespect me on no constant basis.
He
Very well said.
staying at the meeting. He said he's staying at the Klan meeting and figuring out how to talk to these guys.
So Miss D, you code switch. You code switch on the.
I'm surprised. You know why? Do you know why I code switch, Coach?
Because as long as you code switch, I understand.
My grandmother raised me on Ecclesiastes 3, right? My father decided to move to a neighborhood that paid him more money, right? So we were up until 5-year-old. Up till 5, we lived in the ghetto, but then he moved to a better neighborhood where he was making more money with his business, right? So once we got to another neighborhood, yes, it tends to be a little different. But my grandmother raised me on Ecclesiastes 3. You have to, if you read the scripture, if you never read it, then you get it, right? So you have to know how to go in and out, right? So when I'm in the White House, I'm not going to yell across the lawn, yo, Bush, come here, my nigga. Like, I'm not coming at him like that, right? So I know how to talk when I'm in different environments, right? So that is something that my grandmother stressed, because my grandmother was the help. Okay, in Waco, Texas, the schools were segregated. So my grandmother was the help for a white family up until she retired. My grandmother passed at 73. She breastfed their children. She helped raise their children. She taught their children how to read. So because of that, my grandmother taught me how to behave. I'm in Texas, so the word was used to behave in white environments. So because I am the way that I am based on my mother's my father's.
But you was throwing ass in high school.
So what
in front of white people.
About?
So what you talking about?
Because
I can see it. Yeah, I know you was. I know you was.
So LJ been stalking my Instagram, and he saw a copy of my memoir. Great sex is not love and never will be. It's not about me throwing A. So you need to. I'm gonna send you a copy.
I didn't say you was. I didn't say throwing ass is just throwing it in a circle. You was just in parties throwing ass, enticing people.
I don't know nothing about that. I know
nothing.
I was raised on the Bible, sir. I know nothing.
You was enticing them white people. You wasn't being you was not code switching. I went to school with white people, and when you in them parties and them songs come on, you don't care if them white people was around or not. When Juvenile come on and you start throwing ass. I'm not saying I even have to say which Juvie. For the 9-9,
there's nothing artificial about it.
She was in the 9-9. She's not that old.
You guys are all taking it for granted that she gets disrespect for acting like too white. And
That does happen.
Yeah, totally. I totally know that happens, but why?
Mainly because I'm not supposed, like a lot of times people judge you on how you look, right? My mother was.
Can you be honest though, D?
My mother was extremely light skinned. My daughters are extremely light skinned. No one says that to them. But
Miss D, could you be honest? Hold on, Miss D, could you be honest when you say like who was shunning you? What was it, a man or a woman shunning you? Did your friends, the black women or the black men?
The men.
Okay, that's all I'm saying.
Love me.
Exactly. So let's speak the
I
truth.
talking to you because
Let's
I like
the truth.
I got a friend. Yeah, I got a friend in
She talk
Omaha
like that
that like.
and throw ass. Cause she got the combination.
No, LJ.
Oh, she got good diction and and she could throw it like she could take some good diction. Pardon me. But anyway, that's just a little play on words. I just get a little excited when we get on the topic of throwing ass.
Yeah, but it is
Miss D Shields know what she was doing. We all know.
Do that. Yeah, it is the women that do that, and then they get to know
they
me.
be trying to talk about moving into these.
For a long time, I let someone play in my face, and she would love to go to different things. I didn't like her at first. And I let her say that for a while. But then I was like, you know what? After finding out different things that she would say behind my back, I'm like, you're not gonna keep talking to me like that, because a lot of times people don't know you have a discernment. Right, and they don't know who you are. A lot of people don't even know that. I won't even go into. They just don't know who you are and what you see. That they don't think that you can see them, right? So they'll talk to you a certain way because they think that you can't see them. But I can't help who I am. I love that my mother. I have college graduate children, 3, because of who my mother and my grandmother and my father were in my life. So I'll never regret that upbringing.
All I'm gonna say is this: code switching, we all know is time and place for everything, but we are the people based on our own experiences. Like D Shield said, her experience might be different from coach experience, which might be different. I could go through the whole panel, but our experiences bring us to those decisions, because it is times where you are at the White House and you're not gonna say it in front of the news reporters, but you might know this white motherfucker like being called the N-word. Let me call him the N-word real quick to get him. And some people do operate like that. Some people like me call it cooning. But I'm not saying that it's a
I definitely don't.
There's no.
I've never.
And that's why I said it's a difference.
There's no problem with code switching.
But
no,
I'm
not. Let me just land, D Shields, because I'm not saying there's anything wrong with code switch. I'm saying we base it on what time to do it and how far to go with it.
And how far to go with it.
Because we all know it. Like I said, you could say that you was, and this is the point I'm trying to bring up. Your grandmother was born in a different generation. She might have taught you to do something that you might sit here and say today, I ain't doing that. Grandma,
some of that stuff I'm not.
Some of that stuff is a little outdated. Some of that stuff is which they can't. I'm
not turning the other cheek.
You're not.
Did you guys have
gonna spit on me, and I'm gonna go put the doodle in their
books?
pie. I'm gonna handle it right here. Yeah. Shout out to the movie. Shout out to the black women who played the roles.
He definitely did not have etiquette books.
You didn't have to.
Anyway,
did you have to read?
Her grandmother taught them etiquette, but I'm trying to finish and say this.
What did you say?
We all decide how far we're gonna allow things to be taken, and again, code switching is what we decided is in that moment. That's all I'm saying.
I actually
don't blame it on your.
You're talking about black and white community code switching. Everybody code switches, right? I mean,
everybody.
No, I hate when y'all code. Don't do that.
I'm code switching right now, right? I'm like when I go to work, I talk differently. When I go down to the manufacturing floor, I mean, this is mostly just like me, at least in this case. But when I go down to the manufacturing floor, I talk like a carpenter because they take you more seriously, right? If you talk like an engineer on the floor and you're being all stuck up and snotty, nobody takes you seriously. You can't get anything done if you don't communicate the way people need you to communicate with them.
You can't be in construction unless you say the N-word every day, Dan. I was in construction. That's why I had to get out of construction, because I was going to hurt somebody.
I also wasn't one to do that either, but
you
most
have
our crew is
to
coexist,
survive, to progress. Like you just can't be like you in the hood every day, or you know what I'm saying, or you at home every day. You gotta
every culture in
a lot of
construction.
time, especially in the work field.
I sit in
network
meetings
field,
with
Evo.
this is like this right here. I can't have this. The jobs that I do, I work in corporate spaces, right? One of the companies that I work for is a Fortune 50 company, right? So I can't have this on my head.
If somebody walked into an interview wearing t-shirt and baggy pants,
the life of an admin.
I don't care if that's
so
how they grew up. Like,
you're going to sit in meetings with CEOs. You're going to sit in meetings with billionaires and millionaires. So there are ways that you will not talk. So when people get upset at you that you're in those rooms, I tell you can come in this room, but you're not. They have the girl. I'm gonna come up in here and I'm gonna talk. Okay, that you can do that, but you'll just sit in that back office.
But
I'm telling
what we're talking about
into those meetings.
is first impressions, though, right?
You're talking about comfortability and the ability to make white people comfortable.
Yeah.
That's not code switching. And that's what I'm saying. We're talking about the ability to adapt and survive, and not only survive, thrive in industries that we were not made to be in. So I don't feel like it's code switching to be able to adapt. I feel like it's quote unquote code switching when you take it so far as it's bordering cooning and letting people do things that you're not actually comfortable with. If you're just showing I'm educated enough to be a part of this conversation, and I have diction that I don't have to first of all, y'all invite people to the barbecue. I don't talk to you like this because you're not invited to the barbecue. The barbecue is the barbecue talk. This talk is this talk because this is not I'm not calling it code switching. If anything, I'm not being authentic with you. So I'm giving you an act. I'm an actor. I'm an entertainer. So I'm monologuing, if anything.
I don't talk to people after 5 p.m., right? And so if I am at a function after 5 p.m., if I'm talking to you after 5 p.m., it's because we're at a mandatory function. You know how some of those happy hours are
I want to know what you're wearing at them Christmas parties,
You have no...
I know you're not throwing ass.
You have no social interaction with any of the...
You wearing that? You're not wearing that same dress that you wear to the office.
Work at home is two different things, though. You act the same way. You gotta change. You gotta change up. That's a lot of times that's the only way to progress, unless you got your own business and you.
But where? That probably makes sense. Where do you guys live?
LJ,
right?
LJ, what you said also is in agreement with what everybody else is saying. It's two parts to that. So two things can be right at the same time, right? You know what I'm saying? And this is where I think. Listen, I interview people. I teach people how to interview, especially young people. I teach them to interview according to their position that they're going for.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody said you don't just show up like you got your pajama, you know what I'm saying? Your wrinkled shirt, iron this shit, put some steam on it, take a good bath. But also when you read the job description, that's the job you go do. Keep your emotions and feelings out of the shit. Just do the job you signed up. If you don't like it when you get there, start getting your resume together, find another one, then give them their little 2 weeks, get your little check and keep it moving. Don't be in there talking about, I feel like I don't like Evolution because every time Evolution walked through here and she got all the men's is looking at her and
Coach, I've also interviewed.
2 weeks is outdated.
I've also interviewed guys that just didn't have money to go buy a new outfit, right? Which you got Goodwill and stuff. It's not.
But you can also go to Salvation Army,
Goodwill.
There's places that give you clothing for that.
But a lot of people also just grew up without any of that know-how. Like they don't even really know how to dress up. Like one of the guys
white privilege right now, Dan. As a black person, you know that
I'm talking about
black ass up in there looking proper.
Completing a goddamn sentence without you niggas in his throat.
No, it's fair. It's fair. I'm just saying.
But a lot of black people grew up like you said, though, right?
I'm just saying that I do try to look through it. That's all.
I don't care.
You make a first impression. You make a first impression, but I try to look through it, right? I mean, if a good candidate comes in, they're a candidate.
Yeah. Most black people know about the 99-cent store. The 99-cent store, you will find it won't be quality. Like I say, it might look like the Maury Povich fresh out the pack, but you at least got the creases like it looked like it's fresh out the pack. Then you
I
could
did
say,
have this.
then you could give your employer an excuse or your interviewer an excuse. You know, I had some things going. I ain't have time to steam it, but it's fresh out the pack. I promise you. This is how black people are raised. You
You
don't
was
show
interviewing
up.
with me. You wouldn't get the interview. If you can't iron your clothes, then you ain't ready for my job.
Hey, I was
What
moving.
you just
I
say,
was
Evo?
moving.
Yeah, if you
I was
can't,
moving.
It's amazing how many kids don't. Are you saying that all, like most black community, most black kids know how to iron their clothes now?
I'm saying that
There
they
was a
know.
time.
I'm
Hold
not
on.
saying
There
that
was
they
a
know
time.
how to. They know better than to show
Today,
up.
no. Your
Without
generation,
it ironed, yeah.
no.
They know better.
I was
Even
gonna
if you
say,
got to take it to the,
like,
even if you got to take it to
They
the
know how to
dry
do it. A lot of them
cleaner.
just don't do it.
I know a lot of
you're lucky. You're lucky if they lined up the buttons now.
Oh, hold on. A lot of them know how to do it. They just don't do it.
They
I
don't
don't
have
know.
to
I had
do
a,
the
I had a
drying
kid. I had a kid that worked for me that I got security called because they thought a homeless guy had broken into the building.
Yeah, he was
And,
young. He ain't had nobody teaching.
I actually took him shopping and like bought him a new wardrobe.
Listen,
The
I
only
done took
time you could
grown
get
people
away,
shopping. I done took, had
the
to
only
teach.
time you could get away with that is if you wearing your clothes fitted. Like most of my clothes are fitted. So I ain't really got to iron them. My pants is fitted to my body. But if they weren't, I would have to iron them bad boys out. I wouldn't be walking around like that. That's
The dryer has
Listen,
a whole ironing.
even if you gotta throw it, even if you gotta throw it on some hangers and take a hot shower and let it steam up in the, you gotta do something. Black people is too innovative, and again,
I
if
don't
you
know how
can't,
we get here. I don't know how
if you've been selling drugs,
we way
if
off.
you've
That
been,
hotel AC, you hang your jacket over it to blow all the smoke off from the night before. Like
That was my thought.
that's privilege
my
right
thought
there.
on the
That's
topic.
privilege.
Just about
You don't go there
Privilege.
smelling like no damn weed. You don't smoke.
We're talking.
You don't take what you take into the interview to the smoke up.
I got something for y'all, right? I got something for y'all. Because StreamYard is glitching on my side. I don't know if y'all can see it, but
You saying you got more than one jacket? Jeez.
look, I want to
Do
ask
I
y'all
have more than one jacket? Like,
so look, y'all know
I'm
what
black,
the topic
man.
is,
Yeah.
right? Is a disagreement cause for disrespect, right? Now, if y'all say it's not cause, you say it is cause. I want to know because we have been coming up with causes, why it happens, effects, what it does to people. You know what I'm saying? The building up the wall, the nasty attitudes, all that stuff. Now, I want y'all to do me a favor because y'all know we can only do 3 hours here before it really starts acting up. And we at almost 2.5, right? You know what I'm saying? So once I get y'all to do this, we good. You know what I'm saying? Like I think we good. I don't want to do too much of StreamYard because they work my nerves. Now this the thing, right? We got something called get your last word. So forget your last word. That's what I want y'all to talk about. What is the solution to people that feel like just because you disagree with them, you are disrespecting them, and you are not you are not taking them seriously. You know what I'm saying? Because that's another thing that's run. You know what I'm saying? I talked about that when we kind of first came on. You know, so we're gonna talk about the topic, right? But before I do, I want to say that if you have not subscribed, I need you guys to subscribe. Evolutionary Media, we are on our way to 1,000 subscribers. We are doing big things. You know what I'm saying? We could do a lot more if we had 1,000 subscribers. I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? Also, hit the like button. Y'all did great tonight. Y'all hit the like button. I appreciate y'all. Y'all did great on subscribing. If you haven't, then y'all know to do that. And also, the notification bell, like I always say, is for you. I'm going to play this one thing, and then we're going to go right to the solutions, y'all. So like the head, here we go. All right, yes, what that is, that tells you to subscribe to the channel, help your girl out. You know what I'm saying? Support Black business. Also, if you haven't, press the like button. If you're watching it tomorrow, if you're watching it next week, hit the like button. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you like the content, if you like any of the content we ever had. And also, the notification bell is for you. You hit the notification bell so you know when we are live. I don't want to hear Tuesday. I didn't know you go live on Tuesday, Evolution. Yo, because your notification bell ain't pressed. Press your notification bell so you know. Hit the all when you see it. That way you can always know when we go live, all right? So now what the kings and queens up here is going to do, and I appreciate all my evolutionaries in the chat because they have really been on this topic, you know what I'm saying? And the other topics that they talked about, you know what I'm saying? So what we do now is called Get Your Last Word. So what you do is, let's say you had something to say that you didn't get a chance to say. That's usually how it would go. You know what I'm saying? And then you want to call anybody out. That's usually how it would go. But tonight we're doing something special where I got one last question, and we did it on Live Ladies last Thursday, and it went very, very well. Okay, so we're going to do it again for this one. We talked about everything, cause, effects, but we didn't hit the solutions, right? So I want the panel, my beautiful panel of kings and queens. I want to know, what is the solution to that may help people that feel like every time somebody has a disagreement with them, they are being disrespected. They are being talked down to. They are not being, heard or seen. What would you say, right? And I'm going to just, matter of fact, and I'm going to just randomly start. I'm going to start with the bottom to the top. We're going to do it like that. All right? And let me just play the music à la résistance. All right? Here you go, y'all. All right.
From a long way away, I take risks. Swing around that corner, I can't miss. I can't go back, I can't switch.
Okay, here we go. Matter of fact, Rich, let's start with Rich. You ready, Rich?
Yeah, I can go ahead.
All right, remember, it's the solution to why people feel, all right, here you go. That's what I'm talking about, Rich. Thank you. Here we go.
Hi, peoples and fans and friends and of the evolution show and the evolutionaries. Mostly the solution is to that stuff is just that you gotta learn to not snap at everything, not to go crazy at everything. And if you got personal problems at home or with wife, spouse, or you most likely probably didn't meet that special girl, you probably can get the thing. You can't come on here and lose a point. You did not get the point. You were beaten, you were defeated, and then all of a sudden you just disrespect the person. You gotta learn to have a thicker skin than that. You're mostly gonna have to show love for people. The most of this disrespect happens for lack of love, for lack of respect. Like I told you, these people are your fellow people, your fellow man. So therefore, it should not be the first thing on your mind to come and draw a match and have a very sharp fuse. So you gotta come on here and think like I come on here and I try to show love to all the people. I try to think. I don't let what no one says get me triggered because that is not how it's raised and that's not how it is. See, you can't go through life like that. That is not thing. You keep being aggressive with that could only mess up your pretty face. So that's all I can say. And the solution is you gotta learn to think. You gotta learn to suck it up. You gotta learn to, that's what past. Well, sir, have a nice day or whatever, and you walk away and leave them, and that's it. Then every comment or every point that you can win, or every argument or topic you can win or whatever. So that's when try not to let the problems of outside or the day come and affect you when you come to a forum like this or any forum, or if you're speaking to people in general. You got to try to cut that stuff out. It's not good. It's not good for humanity. It's not good as a person. It don't really speak very much if every time you have to disrespect a person to win a point. If you lose, you lose. You win some, you lose some. You can't do it every day. But like I tell you, but mostly it's a lack of love that causes the disrespect. If you don't love your fellow people or love your fellow man, woman, whoever, you would always disrespect them like that. So that is my solution for that.
All right, thank you, Rich. Good job, Rich. You have some good solutions too.
Yeah.
All right. Here you go. You ready, Daniel?
Sure thing.
Here you go.
So you get the question of whether you even want to try, right? If somebody's disrespectful and it's not your job to change them necessarily. If you're stuck to them like glue and you want to fix them, you got to use the kid gloves. You got to bend over backwards to not hurt their feelings and work them through it and teach them and try to bring them up. I think the most important thing is to set boundaries for yourself. So you say how you want to be treated. If they're disrespecting you, probably, right? Because they think you're disrespecting them, they get defensive and stuff. You say how you want to be able to act. Maybe meet them in the middle if you need to be a little bit softer in your tone or something, if they can't get over it. But overall, I think the most important thing to remember all the time is just disrespect is not a good reason to disrespect, right? You can't meet disrespect with disrespect. So if that's what they're doing, they need to stop that too, and you have to shut them down on it. Overall, I think the question is always going to be how much effort you want to put into it.
All right, good job. Y'all doing a great job. Thank you, Dan. Y'all doing a good job on this. All right, are you ready, D Shields? All right, here we go, Queen. I think you have to unmute.
Okay, you guys, I'm ready. So Pastor said it best. Shout out to Pastor Keon Henderson. He said it best this weekend. So too many of us walk by our feelings, and our feelings cannot be trusted. So if a disagreement causes disrespect, it's usually because someone got in their feelings. And I often feel that once I can see that you got in your feelings about something that I said, it speaks ethos as to what your character is, right? So too many people in 2025 are still matching energy. To match energy is so 2024. And 2025 has moved a decade per month. So you are 30 years to 40 years behind for sure with that mindset. So matching energy, that's how you have these conversations on these panels. If a disagreement causes disrespect, I often say to people all the time, anger is always in the same boat as guilt or fear. You fear that I'm a threat, and I know it because I'm precious, right? So if you fear that, or you are guilty of something that I am saying and it is calling you out, then you begin to act in anger. So the next time you decide to get angry on a topic, understand that there are some of us that can read you and read you quickly. The moment that you react to something that I say, I now know who you are. So if you don't want to wear who you are on your shirt or on your sleeve, as my grandmother would say, then you need to control your emotions. On these panels, have a good debate. My favorite show, if you need to learn how to debate, other than the fact that, the best movie I think for it is The Great Debaters. So learn how to keep a lot of that personal stuff at home. And when you feel disrespected, it's okay to pull back. Pull back, count to 100, move around, go do something different. Don't come to that particular panel for a couple of days. There's all kinds of things that you could do to take care of you. Because when you take your behind to that hospital because you had a stroke, because you were on a TikTok or a YouTube panel, that's all on you, boo. That's all.
All right. Thank you, Queen. Good job. I kind of like us doing it this way now instead of doing it like in the show, because we end it on a solution basis. Y'all kind of liking this. I don't work with it, but this is nice.
Also, stop revolution.
Y'all doing
that very awesome idea.
Y'all talents are highlighted when y'all do it like that. You see how y'all going right to the answer to the question of the show. I like that. We're gonna talk. I like this. This is good. It's good right here. I can clip this so I can make clips.
Yeah.
All right. Coach, you ready for it? Y'all doing a good job.
Yes, I have to be. Listen, I don't know if I have no solutions, but I'll say this. Me, personally, I respect people, places, and things until I'm disrespected. And when I'm disrespected, like it's already been said, I'll just disappear out you. You'll see me like a ghost, meaning you wouldn't see me. I wouldn't have to call you, talk to you. I don't need none of that. But if you're somebody, man, who's trying to forge their own path, you have to come with your own discernment. You have to. You can't go by other people's feelings. She said feelings. I've been saying it for years. I don't give a damn about nobody's feelings, about shit. Take it to your mama and your daddy and the people that hurt you. And if they disrespect you, go talk to them. Your friends, your family. If you feel disrespected in that moment, talk to them in that moment. They disrespected you in that moment. Get that off your chest so you won't move through the world with your feelings. Nobody gives a damn about your feelings when you show up for the job interview. Nobody gives a damn about the feelings when you show up for your job. No, that's not where you bring your feelings. And if you do feel a certain way, make sure you protect yourself. Move accordingly. You know, listen, not everybody's going to like me, but I can't be in my feelings. I expect that. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I understand that. But if I'm going to be trying to help somebody, I'm going to give them the best I can give them so they can understand how to navigate feelings. Feelings flow. So if you're sad, go cry. If you're angry, go punch a bag, do some push-ups, sit-ups, run, jog, do something to burn that energy. It's going to happen. You're going to be, you know what I'm saying? You're going to be, I don't know, in pain. You're going to have feelings of everything. Just when they pass, let them pass. Stop thinking about them, bringing them back. But, you know, there's no one solution because not everybody's the same. But just understand the world don't give a damn about your feelings. Tell your mama and your papa how you feel about how they raised you. Salute.
All right, coach. All right, good job. That was that tough love.
Tough love. Indeed. I like that. Yeah.
That was awesome. That was awesome, so.
Yeah, y'all doing
real.
great.
It was real.
I love this. LJ, you ready?
I'm ready, man. I'm ready.
Here we go.
Chat, I say this. Love to everybody and respect to everybody. I usually, when I end these things, I always try to end them with the, my outro. Respect to, all people, but especially respect to Black people, amongst Black people. I definitely am a believer of you can have a disagreement without disrespecting each other, but I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. All you could do is understand that you could do the best that you could do every day. Some people are going to be disrespectful. And like Coach said, you could be assertive in that moment and not be aggressive in that moment where you saying things where you regretting that you ever said it. Because you can address disrespect without being disrespectful. You can let somebody know I feel a way about what you just said, and I'm gonna do the things that I need to do in order for us to move forward the way we need to move forward. But that's a conversation that need to be had there because when you leave things for assumption, people don't usually assume the best in situations. We all human, like I said. So, man, like when you in these situations, understand that, like Coach said again, these are his feelings. Feelings ebb and feelings flow. Sometimes you feel this way about a person, but that's just that moment. Your next moment, when you feel that you're regretful, please do yourself a favor and put that ego to the side. And like one of the panelists said, I don't mean to disagree, but this is an example of disagreeing with respect. I do disagree that not listening is not a part of the solution. You have to be able to humble yourself enough to sit back and listen to somebody who's going on. Sometimes you have to be able to, like we mentioned, code switch. Code switching is not only meant for your job and your work environment. Why not do it for your loved ones? If you know this is this person's love language, why not take the extra time, do what you got to do, and be able to correspond with the person that you actually trying to build with and be better with them? So we oftentimes take the extra mile for the dollar, but not the extra mile for the ones that we claim that we care about. And if you could not argue with your coworker, not argue with your boss, you should be able to not argue and be able to disagree, but not disrespect your loved ones. I'ma holler at y'all. Like I always say, peace and love for everybody, especially peace and love for Black folks. No disrespect to Dan and our brethren that tune in. But yeah, we know what we here for. Y'all, at least y'all always gonna know what I'm here for. Shout out to Aretha, man. All right, yeah, y'all know how to spell. I'm not gonna disrespect y'all. Y'all gonna do y'all thing. And back to the anger, because we know what's coming up next.
R-E-S-P-E-C-T.
All right.
This is the last of the respect.
I just saw the shirt. I didn't see the shirt before.
I didn't see it earlier. Yeah, that's
You
a
see
great
how it
shirt.
work? Y'all don't be noticing. I be sending subliminals.
That's
I
a
like
great
that.
shirt. I like that.
Last time I wore the choose love, not war.
It go with the topic of the show. So
Yeah,
that's
it
good.
went with the topic for sure. I
I
bet
be
LJ has a
trying.
shirt
I be
for every topic. Yeah.
I be going with the mind.
All right, Cassette, you ready, Queen? Good job, LJ. Here we go.
Hi, everybody. It was hard to stay awake through all this hypocrisy. Incredible. This topic was wonderful. Disagree to disrespect, and we watched so much live action disrespect just because it was disagreements. We watched it so many times. And the solution is an ego death. Some of y'all need to smash that little ego that is inflated because of your mama issues, or you got too many side scooches telling you you're special because they're desperate to keep you, and now your ego is inflated because maybe back in the day you used to smash in the red light district and no one said no because you had $10 from the military, so your ego is overinflated. We need ego death. That's the only way to fix it. And then you build yourself up by actually doing something relevant, something to help people, something that shows love. Do that. And you will become a wonderful human being, and you won't have to crash out when respectful men show up like Dan or my boy Richard, when they come up with their suave smiles and get all the women hot and bothered and excited, and then you crash out trying to be angry at jokes. Y'all remember that? It was hilarious. Explain the joke to me 3 more times. Oh, this is a wonderful topic. We watched the disrespect because of disagreements, and the disagreement was that 2 men came up and made the women smile without saying a word. Insecurities, gentlemen, work on that. Thank you, Evo, for having me. Thank you, beautiful panel. It's been fantastic to watch y'all crash outs and your hypocrisy. And someone mentioned code switching at work. Who has to code switch when you drive Uber? Just because you changing the station don't mean code switching, dog. Thank you so much, Evo.
Thank you, Queen. Yeah, I did great on that. We got to do that more often. And we're going to go back to doing some of the other stuff we like to do, like playing the games and role playing and stuff like that. And just making it, interactive and fun. You know?
Yeah, now we got to do one more round.
Hurt.
I know, because we knew it would be better.
Hurt.
Yeah. I'm going to say a little something real quick, because I don't know if y'all noticed, I'm about to lose my voice. I've been yelling all day. All right, and a long day. Here we go.
Code switch to go into the gym.
Almost.
And we sticking a good timing. Because by the time we finish this, it will be 3 straight hours. Stream, y'all can't say nothing to me. There you go, y'all. Yeah. Hey, yeah, yes. This was a great show. I'm going to say that the solution to having a disagreement with somebody and don't feel like you disrespect them is, if you feel like everybody's disrespecting you, if you feel like everybody has to be on your level and has to agree with you, you are going to be upset all the time. You are the problem. You know what I'm saying? It is you. That it's not, this is real life, and stuff like that don't happen all the time. If somebody disagreeing with you, they just disagreeing. You know what I'm saying? They didn't say kill yourself, or I don't know if I can say that, but they didn't say unalive yourself, or they just don't agree. You know what I'm saying? And we gotta put these defenses down sometimes, where we just always on guard. You know what I'm saying? We always feel like somebody gonna do us wrong. And if you have good people around you, open up. There's nothing wrong with that. We laugh and play here all the time. You know what I'm saying? And joke and roast on each other all the time. But we still know that we are an extended social media family. You know what I'm saying? And we make it work. So we got to do that stuff in real life too sometimes. Sometimes you just got to, you got to open up and get to know people and know that everybody ain't coming for you. First of all, to be that on guard, that suspicious of people, that got to be, that's a hard life. I live in Brooklyn, so I know that life. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to loosen up. If you got any healing to do, it's time to do the work. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't got to overexhaust yourself with trying to figure out what people going to do to you first. You know what I'm saying? Or figure out why people are not agreeing with you. And the consensus. This is also about the consensus. I know I'm talking real fast. You know what I'm saying? That consensus. If people have the same consensus about you, sometimes you got to stop and look back and figure out why everybody's saying the same thing. Sometimes it could be you. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you got to figure that out. If you need the help, if you see it's not going right, you need somebody to talk to. Therapy. I am in therapy. I should get the therapy award. You know what I'm saying? And making great strides, working on myself, getting to know what I'm going to deal with, what I'm not going to deal with, getting my boundaries together, seeing how I'm going to progress. Also, Jesus, go to church, you heathen. That's all I'm going to say. Sometimes the Lord ain't going to touch you until you get into the church. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, hey, look up. Sometimes your help comes from up. You know what I'm saying? And it might not be on this earth. So that's another thing. I think I done gave you everything I could think of at this time. I want to shout out all my evolutionaries that came, even though I had work late. You know what I'm saying? And I was off by a half an hour. I appreciate y'all. And I always, apologize to y'all until y'all be trying to make it. You know what I'm saying? The best part of my week is coming and talking to y'all. Or all 3, 4, 5 days, whatever. You know what I'm saying? This is the highlight of I'm saying a lot of my existence, you know what I'm saying, is being here, being able to talk, and this is another form of therapy. You know what I'm saying? Hey, but we have fun, Shout out to the White School Podcast. She bought 3 memberships, like I said before. I could probably tell you who the memberships was for, because I could see it on my side. I don't know if y'all can see it. But there was Rico, the Breeze, the Sleeves. You got one. Diamond Shooter got another one. And also RBNs, Through the Fire Podcast. Y'all all got membership. I'm working hard on the memberships. You know what I'm saying? To give y'all some stuff y'all like. And sometimes look in there, because I might be live. I might be talking to you. You never know. You know what I'm saying? If y'all want me to bring the game night back, I can bring that back. Y'all let me know what y'all want, because I'm here for y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do. Let me come down. We are on perfect timing tonight. I don't know if y'all can see what's happening on my side, but we did good tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Excellent show. And I love what you said, Evo. Break every chain, break every chain.
And I wanna say, Evo, you get the therapy award for the growth that you're doing, that you acknowledging in yourself and seeing in yourself. And I want to say this, the last thing, because it's not always going to be positivity. I got to respond to something. When you are a fry cook with evident handicap mentally, just like SpongeBob, you don't have to code switch. You're a fry cook and you in the back stages. So that's why you get to talk to people crazy. You don't got to code switch because you got mental problems. And then you get to rely on the mental problems on top of that. So, yeah.
What's going on?
What? Apologize to her.
I'm not apologizing. She said she know what she said. She know what she said, and she tried to say it in the comments.
It triggered you? It triggered you?
Listen, I do Uber. She know what she talking about.
Oh, you do Uber?
I do everything. I do everything. But I do high level security. I do executive protection.
We would have never known if you hadn't said it.
I do it because we talking about it. We talking about it because y'all know who I'm talking about.
I think the difference is Dee's got a code switch down to go back to be a fresh chef.
See, I love to use Uber.
She's a fry cook through and through.
I love to use Uber. Sometimes I want to park downtown. Sometimes when I'm in another city, I don't know anything about the city. I'm gonna use an Uber driver, then to get a rental car. So I love Uber. Thank you. I thank you, my Uber drivers.
Listen,
and I have a 4.9 or whatever. I have good stars on my Uber account. I'm a good rider.
I say it like this. I do private security.
Let me
And
see
I
what
do
my
it.
stars are. Let me make sure
And
my life driver
I use Uber as a means to contact other private clients. So that is a strategic move, not like a fry cook who just goes around dipping things in grease and disrespecting people all day.
Man, I got 4.8. Oh man.
Look at that. You ain't tipping. She ain't tipping.
You'll make it next ride.
She flirting and not tipping.
I did tip. I always tip.
She flirting and not tipping. That's what that
I
means.
want to talk to y'all, but not tonight because I got to get up really early in the morning.
Thank you, Evo.
But yeah, I'm gonna hit y'all up with something. We can all meet in one space and talk.
Who lives in the corset under the sea?
But this is a great show. I like how we started slow and then we was building to it. I like that progression that we hit. If they watch it back, they'll see how it progressed. Even when we went on top of it, we came back and hit it at the end. So that I love that. Yeah, I'm saying y'all did a great job tonight. Y'all my people. I got so much faith in y'all.
Shirts don't be see-through. They just be stretched that far thin.
Love y'all. Oh my gosh. Comedians.
Tomorrow, we are gonna hit that Carmelo Anthony subject. We need to talk about that. The new Trump law, we need to talk about that. It's a lot of things that are not getting televised like they should. We are gonna talk about that, and we're gonna have a lot more clips to talk about. I want to see y'all tomorrow, Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Times for Evo-isms Live, 8 p.m. Yeah, we're gonna crash out, but we also gonna get the business. So that's gonna be a real good deep show. You know what I'm saying? So we want everybody to come back in this room for that. And let's talk about what's going on in the world. You know what I'm saying? And some of the nonsense too. We're gonna talk about everything, you know what I'm saying? I also want y'all to bring all that stuff y'all was talking about, Hassan and all that. I need all that. We're gonna talk about it tomorrow, you know.
For LJ and
keep donating cans because
LJ
each can that you donate goes towards another corset built.
What?
It's your birthday, Aries gang.
Crazy.
The tears of the week.
Great show, Evo. Thank you.
Hopefully, I see y'all tomorrow. Y'all come back.
Corsets are made out of Heineken cans.
Night, hon.
All right. Good night, y'all. Thank you, y'all. Love you guys.
Good night, Richard. Good night, Corsette. Good night, Evo.
Revolutionaries in the chat. Love you guys. See y'all tomorrow, y'all. Y'all have a good night and be safe. Be safe out there. All right. Later, y'all.
Yep.
What it mean to be the best? Riding foes, feeling unimpressed. Make me reminisce, throwing bows. Been in the corner, set my mind up on the goal. All I know is stay down, bad, I'm the goal. Okay, feel like the best, the great. Now ain't no debate. Yeah. Okay, feel like the best, the great. Now ain't no debate. Yeah. I ain't gotta say much. Know the boy got a touch. Another win for the rush. Another win for the rush. See me once and got a crush. See you twice and that's enough. Get the ring sized up. And that's for the championship.
Yeah, I dropped in. Feeling like I need a top 10. Clean sweep, get the mopped in. No roof, yeah, I hopped in. Champagne spraying popped in. Paramedics on the speed dial. Turn the party to a mosh pit.
Locked in. Supreme confidence, can't do broken promises. You can't talk the way I talk when you ain't got no accomplishments. On top taking up space, ain't no room for occupants. Always knew I had to glow, ain't no chance of blocking it. Okay, feel like the best, the great. Now ain't no debate. Yeah. Okay, feel like the best, the great. Now ain't no debate. Yeah,
I dropped in. Feeling like I need a top 10. Clean sweep, get the mopped in. No roof, yeah, I hopped in. Champagne spraying popped in. Paramedics on the speed dial. Turn the party to a mosh pit.
Locked in. like the best, the great. Now ain't no debate. Yeah, yeah. Okay, feel like the best, the great. Now ain't no debate. Yeah, yeah.